Oh, damn it. Poor Gary.
Yeah.
Nobody ever thinks of Gary, you know what I mean?
Well, unless it's SpongeBob. SpongeBob thinks of Gary.
Yeah.
There's probably some Rule 34 of SpongeBob thinking about Gary.
Yeah. Pulling a sponge one out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Do you think SpongeBob's dick has a bunch of holes in it like the rest of them?
I mean, it's gotta, right? What if it'd be weirder if he didn't, right? Like he's all sponge, but he just has like a fleshy, normal dick.
But like the thing is, like, if SpongeBob's dick looks like the rest of him, how does he know if he has a venereal disease? You know what I mean, like, there's no way he'd be able to spot any little sores or anything, right?
Yeah. Does it come out like sea cucumber jizz does? You know what I mean? It's gotta, like silly string underwater.
I feel like when SpongeBob comes, so it's just like someone rings him out. Like, it just comes out of everywhere.
Oh, gross.
It's a good thing. Good.
Man. This is called, this is the Bolero Snort Magically Bolicious, boys. It's a golden stout brewed with vanilla, coffee,
That was
cocoa,
like 6
and
words.
milk sugar. It tastes like Lucky Charms milk.
Did I hear like the name of the dictator leader from Brazil in there? Did you say Bolsonaro in there anywhere?
It's called Magically Bolicious.
Did you say a Bolero of fire?
Bolicious.
You can't.
Yeah, that's not state sponsored or anything.
Mm-mm.
I'm just
What's it
drinking
taste
a
like?
Monster. That's it.
It tastes like Lucky Charms milk.
Oh, boys, I think you're gonna judge me for this. I have the most millennial energy drink, and I think you know which one that is.
Is it Bang?
Sir.
It's Bang. Woo! Got it in one. All right.
I only like one flavor of Bang, the peach mango. Everything else is far too sweet or like overbearingly sweet.
Aren't they supposed to have no sugar in them? But
yeah.
they're like they taste more sugary than anything I've ever had in my entire life.
It's all natural caffeine. I want the synthetic shit. I want the black tar heroin. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
Straight in. You just gotta mainline it.
That's right. Just a heroin eyedropper.
Oh God.
Yeah. Boop boop. Boop boop.
I imagine.
I don't know why I said boop boop.
I feel like when Derek says things about heroin, he like lowers his voice a little bit. I think it's because he's afraid his neighbors are going to think he has some.
Yeah.
And kick the fucking door in.
Yeah, because they're 100% looking for it. They're always on the look for some
You're just
heroin.
gonna hear like he's gonna say it real low under his breath, and all of a sudden you're just gonna hear caca.
Yeah.
They're gonna break in the
They just
windows.
start boring a hole through your ceiling like fucking like that comic. What's his fucking name? Junji Ito.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, right. You're bringing it back around. We're not even that far in yet.
Pretty good.
And it shows how lost I would have been had you waited till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So speaking of SpongeBob coming, how you boys doing today?
Oh, is that really is that the segue we're going with?
I'm just, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling saucy.
Yeah.
I'm a little sleepy, but also kind of awake. I'm in that weird middle ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
I'm ready to get into some controversial shit.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Please.
Please do.
Which fictional character do you think would be the shittiest stepfather? Or the shittiest father? Shittiest superhero dad?
Oh, the shittiest superhero father.
Yeah, like they don't have to be an actual father. Like, who do you think would be the fucking worst? Or is the worst, actively?
Probably Superman.
You're saying that
You're
because
always out there taking care of everybody else.
I was going to
all
say
day saving the world.
I was going to say Goku, and that's just Japanese Superman, isn't it? It's the same story.
Yeah.
He comes from an alien planet. They're evil, but he's good because he was raised by a human. Same thing.
Yeah, but even though you always know how Dragon Ball Z is going to end, it's still way more entertaining than Superman to me.
It really is.
Like he like what was that path he had to run through in the afterlife? It was like,
I don't know.
Road,
I know what you're talking
Dragon
about.
Road or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it was.
Dragon Road, I think that was it. Yeah.
For like he was running on this road for an entire season. He's just gunning it. It's like they're like it's 36,000 miles. Like no problem. And he just runs across this road for an entire season. And that season was the second season. That was
like pre-Frieza. Yeah,
that was Ginyu Squad up to second form of Frieza, and somehow that was still exponentially more interesting than majority of the Superman cartoons I've seen in my lifetime. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
There's like 3 points throughout the show where he like willingly dies so that he doesn't have to raise Gohan. That's like, that really happens. Just not even just one time. It keeps happening. He's just like, well, I'm going to go to the afterlife. Sorry.
Yeah. So he can just do push-ups on like, right?
On a tiny planet. Okay.
Yeah.
How's your kid doing, Goku?
Yeah. Goku really is a piece of shit absentee father, though. He really is.
Yeah. I read an article that was like questioning if Goku was high functioning autism. I was like, oh, this is one of those woke articles. And then I read it. I was like, Goku's high functioning autistic. Like that's a real thing.
I'm gonna spoil something for you guys. My master plan this past couple of days has been to get Derek into DC animated films and then slowly steer him towards one in particular, which is the only piece of Superman work I've ever actually enjoyed about Superman, called Superman vs. the Elite, which was, I didn't even put it on the list of, which I didn't even
real milquetoast shit you got there.
Put it on the recommendation sheet for DC animated films because I was gonna last minute. I'm ruining the whole thing, but I was gonna be like, oh, you know what else I forgot? Slip it in right at the bottom of the ninth. But if that's a baseball thing, right? People say that.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll slip it right in the bottom of the ninth. I don't think they say slip it in, but they say bottom.
No. They say bottom of the ninth, though.
It sounds like you're mixing like a weird sexual euphemism with like baseball terminology, which the two are kind of like married, right? Like
there's a lot
weird
of
old perverts
shared
still use
DNA.
bases to describe how close they got to get their dick sucked.
Yeah.
Let's just keep doing it though. Like what else can we think? Like what about like a moist 3-pointer? Does that work? we're just gonna meld them together.
Is that when you put 3 fingers in her?
Just anything, whatever you want. It doesn't even matter at that point.
Well, no, I mean, if you got the pinky in one and the pointer in the middle and a different one, there's already a name for that. But I'm pretty sure if I say what that is, I have to give Dane Cook money or something.
Yeah, you owe him royalties at that point. Don't say it. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, I'm into that. I liked the Flashpoint Paradox. Or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I finally got him to watch it.
That one was cool, but it's mostly cool because you see like apocalyptic Batman.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Thomas
cool
Wayne
because
as
of the
Batman
storyline.
was neat. I liked that.
Yeah.
But like conceptually, I thought it was cool. But I didn't like the art style. Like I don't know. Like I was really hung up on that for some reason. Everybody's neck is like bigger than their fucking forehead. Like it's kind of distracting. They all have the same body type.
Some of the guys aren't like that. Like Steve Trevor, for example, is like a normal dude, but like Aquaman and Superman are like, it's like a little pinhead on top of this just massive sinew and flesh.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking gross. They've gone through iterations where they kind of change like just the style they use in DC animated films, and I was not there for that style at all. I was not a fan of it. But yeah, story's cool.
It is cool, and I liked what they did end up ultimately, because I know I texted you, I was giving you like some live updates, and like in the beginning before the paradox happens, I was like, I fucking hate Superman, because when what's his name puts all the bombs on everyone, everybody has to figure out a cool way to disarm them.
Yeah, and he's just all cocky,
and he just puts his hands over it. What a piece of shit. But anyway, his role in the alternate timeline was really cool. How he was like kept in a lab for his entire life. He's like emaciated and like.
Yeah, he actually struck the city of Metropolis and like leveled it or something, and then they put him in a fucking bunk. Yeah, there's a lot of. I think like DC's at its strongest when it's doing weird shit like that, because everyone knows those characters so well because they're so established at this point. Like the best thing that they can do is just mix shit up. Like Batman Earth 2, I think I've mentioned it before. It's by Jeff Johns and I forget the artist, but it's one of my favorite like modern graphic novels because. It's not even that crazy of a take on Batman. It's very like what's tame, I would say. Like he's not that different, but it's a slightly tweaked backstory, and all of his villains and supporting characters are a little different to the point where it makes them all interesting, and you like want to know what their story is now that they've been reintroduced to you. Like Harvey Bullock is like this reality TV cop, but he gets paired up with Gordon, who's more or less the same Gordon. And he's kind of a good guy trying to do the right thing, but he's like super green behind the ears and like a fucking idiot. Stuff like that, like real interesting kind of stuff. That's where the skinny chic penguin idea came in. There's been used in a couple other.
What the fuck you're talking?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Well, okay, maybe it's not that.
Have you ever seen that
knowledge.
commercial where like she cracks the egg on the frying pan? Like this is your brain on drugs.
Yeah,
that's how I feel right now.
Or the one where they're like melted into the couch. They're just like
that's also pretty accurate. If you're gonna watch animated DC, please watch the Harley Quinn show.
I'm going to. No. I was going to follow up with
in like a couple days.
Oh yeah, I couldn't stop watching it. It was fantastic.
It's so good.
I'm doing Justice League Doom next, just because it's a one-time movie, one and done. And then I'm actually going to move on to that. Invincible kind of like got me into. I've been wanting to watch these movies and shows for like years, and like watching that and seeing that kind of older style animation, I was like, it's time to finally fucking do this, you know? And I liked Flashpoint. I did. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about it, but it was really, really interesting. So
nice. Yeah. So moist 3-pointers all around. Before we're basically already in the episode. So welcome to the Cynical Nerd.
Yeah, we like to start off every episode with 10 minutes of DC animation conversation.
Yeah.
Specifically DC animation and a little bit of SpongeBob jizzing. And that's really you put that in a blender, you mix it up with a couple farts, and then that's a Cynical Nerd podcast.
It's just a formula that has been working for us for 20 some episodes now.
So crazy. This is episode 24. We are very sorry. Things have been hectic. Our schedule's been a little fucky lately. Last week we lost our episode, unfortunately, due to some technical problems. The Snyder Cut video, which we made this last week and put up online, is on YouTube at our YouTube channel. We played DC Universe Online
regrettably
for about an hour and a half, 90 minutes or so. It was a tragedy of a video game, and we talked about the Snyder Cut loosely, as much as we could. There was a lot of dead air that I had to cut out of there.
Yeah,
because we were just focusing on the game.
I am really, really sorry. I want to apologize to both you guys. I didn't make my character name the Diddler. It was fucking there. It was right there.
So I have to say, it would have been too on the nose though. Either Harvest Weinstein would have been.
What the Diddler goes for, not the nose.
Either Harvest Weinstein would have been your sidekick, or you would have been Harvest Weinstein's sidekick. I don't know why I can't say that name.
The Diddler needs no partner, no sidekick. The cheese stands alone, Chris.
Well, that's not true. Yeah. The Diddler absolutely needs a partner. Otherwise, it's Boozy Diddler.
Yeah, we should have had the Zoom and Coom, the Diddler, and some kind of judge. That's what the trio should have been.
So I have to admit, same page, same brainwaves. I looked when I was making my character to see if they had something weird like the judge wig that I could put on so that I could do so. I didn't think of the Diddler, but I was thinking along the lines of like Judge Diddler or something like that. Anyway, thanks for joining me as per usual. Derek and Scott, how are you both? Derek, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. I almost pooped myself on my way to work this morning. But I made it. Everything was fine. I'm in like a new high score right now. It's been about like 2 years since I shit myself. So it was kind of a big win for me. And it really kind of set the bar high for the day. And I'm just ready to talk with my buddies and not shit myself.
You said that so straight. Like the delivery made that perfect, dude.
Yeah, holy shit.
Can you imagine if like after the Super Bowl or something, they're like interviewing the quarterback, like, how did you do it? Like, well, I just took some Imodium last night so I wouldn't shit myself. And
that's how it was, dude. You were like, I almost shit myself on the way to work today, but I made it. I just fucking lost it.
Yeah, it was like one of those after game speeches when they ask all those cliche questions to the athletes, like, well, we always buckle down, it's a team effort, we had to work on our defense. They got good offense. We had to be on top of our defense.
Yeah, he's already on coke, like you can see it in his eyes. He's like, get me the fuck out of here.
He ripped the line the second they won, like just.
They ask all these cliche questions.
Dongs in the locker room, just.
Oh no. They ask all these cliche questions, but they still seem to be at a loss, like they weren't expecting to get those questions at the same time. It's still a surprise.
It's like one of those things where like something happens, like every time you go to a certain store, they fuck your order up. You're like, they're not going to fuck it up this time, right? Like they're bound to get it right this time. Nope.
Yeah.
Never do.
Anyway, Scott, how you doing?
Oh, I'm not following that. There's no fucking way I'm even trying to follow that. I'm good.
All right, that's good. Derek,
thanks for asking.
Come on, man. It's not fair. You can't throw all the thunder out.
No. Derek Thundercock, last name omitted. Don't you dare start yourself for anybody.
All right. Thanks for omitting my last name, by the way.
All right. Yeah. We better hurry through this. Scott's going to be unable to say sentences without very bad things.
I can't wait to get real drunk just in time to talk about our two main topics today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get right off the top here. And a bit of news that I don't think anyone gave a shit about, yours truly included. They're making a Wonder Years reboot. Oh,
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that how you felt about the Wonder Years reboot news?
No. I really loved the original Wonder Years with Fred Savage.
Yeah,
I had a big old crush on Winnie Cooper.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I thought the original Wonder Years was great. To see it from a different perspective, it's gonna be interesting. Don Cheadle is awesome. I'm kind of curious to see how he's gonna work as a voice actor, like just doing the old Daniel Stern overdubs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like to be an African American family in Louisiana in the 60s and 70s, it's gonna be a rough go. Like there's gonna be a lot of heartbreaking moments on this. So I don't know if it's gonna have the same lighthearted tone that the original did, or if it's gonna be something that's gonna be, you know, a little bit more sad and gut wrenching to watch at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, having Don Cheadle, aka my personal favorite Captain Planet, narrate this is really something that I didn't expect to hear. So it caught me a little off guard. He's going to be playing the adult Dean Williams for those who are unawares of what's going on here. The new series will retain similar format for the ABC original series that was originally created, but apparently Fred Savage is not involved, is what I'm getting from this article.
He's directing the first episode.
Directing it, yeah, but he's not.
Okay, so not on camera. All right. I mean, I don't know.
It'd be real weird if Fred Savage was just like Fred Savage now, but back then. You know what I mean?
That's what initially, like when I read that, I'm like, what's the fucking point of Wonder Years without Fred Savage? Like, I figured they were going to do like, Where Are They Now? But doing it this way, I think makes sense. Like, it's the same kind of style, same era, same everything, just a different family. I think could be cool. But Fred Savage, he doesn't like being in front of the camera anymore. He likes being behind it, like in all the shit he does now. He rarely can relate. Fred can relate.
Yeah. I'm not like, that was genuine though. It's a shame. I was always a fan of his work.
Oh, I thought you said because of the shame. That's
no. I said it's a shame. I'm not saying he's like he's not like gonna win an Oscar for anything he does, but I thought he was always a decent enough actor. He had decent comedic timing, and I mean he was in most of my favorite things growing up. Little Monsters, y'all. Fred and Ben Savage. True. The Savage brothers are the dream team boys.
Yeah. And as far as Freds go, he's pretty high up there. I mean, you have Durst, Flintstone. There's a lot of really shitty Freds out there.
We covered that last time. Yeah, Fred Durst, piece of shit.
Yeah, we talk about him every couple episodes. You realize that? He comes up a lot.
For that music video I told you about was like, I'll Eat You Alive?
No.
Oh, I'm sending you that at some point.
I feel like I don't want it, but I'll watch it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to. 100%.
You got to.
All right, boys. So we have up next on the docket is our favorite person on the planet, Dwayne Johnson. Not my favorite person. He's a good guy, but he's up there. I'd say top.
You are backpedaling so hard right now.
Top 5. I said favorite collectively because I figured, I don't know. Have you watched any more of The Rock's TV show?
Yeah, I've been watching all of it.
Have you?
Yeah.
How's it holding up?
I mean, it's hit or
That's
miss.
surprising to me, just to say. Yeah. I didn't expect that answer.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I've been watching that and Kenan because I can put it on. I can zip it in and out. You know what I mean? Like, I can be doing other things while it's on. It's just dumb sitcom comedy. You know, it's the same thing as, like, Everybody Hates Chris, to a lesser degree, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, Malcolm in the Middle. It's just one of those,
Word.
Yeah.
Well, Dwayne Johnson, if you guys don't know, which you should if you're listening, because we've talked about it before. Shame on you. Where's your encyclopedic knowledge of every one of our episodes? Dwayne Johnson is going to be playing Black Adam for DC.
Yeah.
That movie we got a little 2 for a piece of news. It seems like there's a lot of random DC news that kind of came out in the last week or so. I wonder if it's because it did it off the heels of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Black Adam got a release date of July 29th, 2022, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that they nabbed 007 himself, Pierce Brosnan, to play the role of Dr. Fate. Did either of you know who Dr. Fate was before I told you?
No. Not
okay,
even remotely.
So that's because he's the much less popular version of Doctor Strange. Dr. Fate is DC's basically Doctor Strange. He was around before him, but that's about all that he can say for himself. Otherwise, he's not been written the way Doctor Strange was. I'm not the hugest Doctor Strange fan, but he has had much better comics than Dr. Fate. Also, Dr. Fate has the dumbest looking helmet on the planet. You might have seen it in like the Injustice trailers. He's been in those games.
Yeah, I fired up Injustice 2 last night and I saw him and I was like, no, not into this.
However, Pierce Brosnan, sure, he could play an old sorcerer. That's fine.
Yeah, that tracks. Do you guys remember when I thought his name was Black Atom? And when I found his name was Black Adam, I laughed for like 45 minutes?
I do.
Yeah.
I remember not being forthright about the fact that I also thought it was Black Atom. So
there's a guy named Atom Smasher.
Yeah,
there is.
But also, like, why would you just like? Yeah, I'm Green Scott. Like, fuck, like, what? Fuck, what?
Well, his name's not actually Adam either, so I don't even know where the name comes from.
Yeah, that's just
at least I don't think so. Could be completely wrong. I know he rules the nation state of Kondak, which is basically like a Middle Eastern country.
All right.
It's how they write it. It's just like literally.
Was he originally an African American character?
No.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do not believe so. I could be wrong. The name implies he might have been.
Yeah.
The terrible historic nature of naming black characters with black in their name, like Black Lightning.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, I don't understand.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
We want to make sure people know that this one's black. Okay.
And despite your what I would assume is probably negative feelings towards the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode we're going to discuss today, Falcon brings that very fact up in the episode. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Save it.
Anyway, Black Adam now is Pierce Brosnan. I love that guy. He's a handsome devil, even in his older years.
Yeah.
He can come in the glory hole line any day of the week.
Yeah. Not
I'd actually bump him
I
up
hate
a
Pierce
couple
Brosnan.
spots.
I hate looking at him.
Oh, really?
He has such a perfect symmetrical face.
I'd let him give me a moist 3-pointer.
Okay.
Now I'm picturing the like 007 gun barrel shot, but when he turns, he just comes right into the.
Yeah. He walks out like all stiff-ridged, and when he turns, he has a giant boner, sticks it straight out of the camera, and it launches a line of seed directly into your face, and then white squiggle face.
Yeah, it's white. Yeah.
I just want him. Oh, fuck. Is that going to be the thumbnail?
I don't think you can do that.
I just want him to turn to the glory hole and knock and go, cheat code, golden gun, and then blam, you know?
Oh, shit.
Oh, boys. Okay. I mean, we don't need to discuss that any further, but in line with other DC casting news.
We can keep it going.
No, there's nothing else to say. But keeping in line with DC casting news, we discussed this before, and the only reason I bring it up is because we just discussed it. Otherwise, it's casting news, and I wouldn't have. Billy Crudup, we said, could not reprise his role in the Flash film, which is big sad because we all love him, I think, as an actor. Ron Livingston is replacing him, which feels like a weird choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, though, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
yeah. Have you seen him try to play in serious roles though? It really doesn't work out for him usually. It's like
he was.
I think I've only ever seen him in Office Space.
Yeah,
he was
literally the only thing I've ever watched him in.
He was in Boardwalk Empire, and I think he was okay in that, but I didn't watch all of that show. Yeah, I think I remember seeing him though.
I made it like 4 episodes into that show before Steve Buscemi's eyes just. He was watching me everywhere I went in the house. Like,
yeah, you can't get away from
him. The TV was on, and he was always staring directly at me, whether I was in the kitchen or in front of the TV or taking a shit. I could still see him peeking around the corner of the bathroom door.
It's like a Junji Ito comic. It's very similar to that. Just Steve Buscemi is everywhere in your house.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sure. So here's the thing. I mean, I guess you can't. You're going to tell the Flash film, especially if you're leaning into somewhat of a Flashpoint thing where it sounds like they're going to have multiple characters. I mean, I guess you have to have his father involved because if they're taking any inspiration from the comic, he's probably going to end up fucking up the timeline because he decides, wait, I have these powers. I can just go save my mom, which is always how Flash has fucked up the timeline. And honestly, it's a cheap trick at this point because they've done it before, but it gets me every fucking time. It got me at the end of the first season of the Flash TV show when they did it. Then again, the first season wasn't that bad because we weren't roped into the soap opera nature 100% yet. But the final scene of season 1, if you haven't seen it, you can just go find that clip of him like going back in time, and spoiler alert, in that season he's like, oh well, I can't save her because if I do, all my friends disappear and I'm not the Flash, and like all this other bad shit will happen, and he has to like watch his mom die, but she sees him and he gets to say bye to her. It's really fucking sad. It's like the worst shit. And
is that the one where like in the like literally first 5 minutes of episode 1, there's like a speedster in his house? It was him, right?
Yeah,
it was him going.
No, it wasn't. It was Thrawn. Eobard Thawne. Yeah. Thawne, not Thrawn. Eobard Thawne, and he was there to try and fuck up the timeline. So Barry has to like get him out of there, but then realizes he can't like save his mom. But anyway, you have to have Henry Allen in it, so whatever. I mean, I guess we'll see how Ron Livingston does. Rip Billy Crudup. He didn't die, but he's just not going to be.
Is he going to be in like 2 scenes in the movie? He's in prison still, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
And I don't remember seeing, well, in the animated Flashpoint, I don't remember seeing his dad anywhere in the Nightmare version of the world where his mom, like where
they didn't.
Was at war with the Amazons and all that. Like I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, can I say, like, I get that it's a movie that's just trying to, like, make its point and be done, but, like, I hated when they were explaining why shit changed before the point that he went back to. They're like, oh, it's like breaking the sound barrier, but you broke the time barrier. I'm like, come on, just try a little harder. Just say that made something happen in the future that made that person be able to go in the past and change all that shit around. Just making a time ripple was, like, weak. Just, like, 45 seconds of dialogue, and then it's just like, all right, next scene. I don't know. It's a cartoon. I get it. But
I know we already talked about it earlier, but we're talking about the Flash. How did you like the last scene where he gives Batman a letter from his dad? Because I thought that
was really good. Yeah. The whole Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne thing was awesome. I kind of initially hated how like Wonder Woman and Aquaman were just like totally evil. Like that felt kind of cheap, but then I adjusted to it. It's like, all right, that's the whole point. It's a fucked up world. It's like a completely different, just awful version of the base world. So
yeah, how about Wonder Woman going fucking proto Wonder Woman and slicing off Mara's head, like holding it up and shit?
Yeah, pretty brutal.
Brutal. And then you see like he's running in the sewers and you're like, oh shit, that's Steve Trevor. And then Wonder Woman proceeds to murder him on screen. And I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, sorry, we can talk about that later. Moving on, one more piece of DC casting news before we go, and only because it's fucking Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren's been chosen to play the villain of the Shazam sequel, which is titled Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods.
Oh my god. I don't know. So they said she's playing the villain Hespera, which is a daughter of Atlas in the second Shazam film. That's interesting to me. I mean, it's dawned on me before, but Shazam is really into the gods, obviously. It'd be interesting if like Wonder Woman played, or at least something that references like Themyscira kind of popped in. I don't know, but either way,
it seems like they're keeping Shazam in its own little self-contained world, from what I've seen.
Well, they did have Superman; they just didn't have his face. And the Batarang was definitely Ben Affleck's Batarang in the first one.
So
but that's it. That's it, though.
But they could do that and still not be part of their DCEU.
They were very careful about it, yeah. And I think when that movie was coming out, they had no idea if any of those things were going to continue. So they were like,
right.
I mean, also, don't get me wrong. It was like a fun popcorn movie, but it's also not a great movie. It's just fun. But
it's very middle of the road, yeah.
Yeah, like the thing is, like you watch it, you're like, all right, well, that's what happened, and then you don't ever revisit it for any part of that story.
Wait, are you talking about Shazam? Yeah. I wanted to like that. I really wanted to like that movie, but I just couldn't. It just wasn't.
I liked Zachary Levi. I thought he was funny. I thought he had like good comedic timing in it, but it's still just like wasn't a great story that they told.
Yeah.
And at the end there, where it's like literally an entire foster home full of Shazams. Like, well, where the fuck do you go from here? That you have an army. Like what's the next movie? Like, is there 15 of you running around? Like, what the fuck?
So that's what I was going to ask. Like, what's the actual canon? Like, not to keep going back to Flashpoint, but in that one, it was like multiple children turned into Shazamian or whatever they're called.
There's been different.
They all had their own Shazamite in the movie, so I didn't know. I don't
Shazam
know
it.
the actual.
I think they're actually called Shyamalan.
That was Shyamalan.
Shyamalan, sorry.
That's true. Shyamalan.
There's a Y in there.
Guys.
Fuck you.
That's a deep cut.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's gone in different ways before. I think that was just one interpretation of it, was that alternate timeline. So it's always been just Billy Batson turns into Shazam, and then there's been a lot of different iterations in the past as to whether or not he becomes a different person, or if it's still Billy Batson technically, or what happens to Billy when he turns, where does Billy go when this other guy, but then I think Jeff Johns rebooted the series back in, I don't fucking know the year, and I don't even want to try. And he introduced the Shazam kids as an idea of like the foster kids, and they all have like, they're not all him. He's got all the powers. He can do all the shit. Each one of them has like one of those powers. So they're all not as strong as him.
Right,
but
right.
I actually don't know what happened with the storyline for those kids in the comics. I think Shazam is typically on his own, and every once in a while he calls them back up for the other kids. I don't know what they do in their spare time.
They all get adopted. You know, they all want to just live happy, normal lives. That's my headcanon.
Well, that's good then.
They all had the same happy ending that the little shit kid from Free
So they
Willy.
gave up the Shazam mantle.
Yeah, they gave up that Shazam life. They couldn't put their families at risk. Their newfound families that had opened their home to them and shown them nothing but love and affection.
Look, that's a big part of why I can't get into it. Is the name Shazam is just the fucking worst. And anytime he does something big, Shazam! It's like I can't not laugh at that. There's no way. It was like engineered in a lab to be laughable to me. It's just the goofiest word.
You just picture two writers so coked up that no matter what one says, the other one agrees with them, and that's how they developed the character in the storyline, right?
Well, did you know?
Wait! When he says his name, and he changes, and there's like, yeah, all right, yeah,
you did a really good impersonation.
He's like too uncomfortable to disagree. I
worked in the restaurant industry for years. I know a cokehead when I see one.
Got him.
I can spot him from a mile away.
Did you boys know that Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel?
Yes, but also I don't care.
Did not.
Yeah. So Shazam was always the word he said to transform. And I don't know if you know this, but Shazam is actually an acronym. It doesn't make it better. I'm not defending it.
No, please tell me what the acronym is.
Well, it's all of the immortal elders that he gets his powers from. So it's Solomon. I'm reading it. I don't know this off the top of my head. Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
Achilles, huh?
Yeah.
Should have picked a better god.
That actually makes it less awful to me. I have to be honest. There's
good.
Yeah, a little bit, just like 7%. It's not still laughable.
Well,
but
as you can tell, you're not getting a Shazam tattoo or anything.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not gonna get that comical lightning bolt on my chest.
Do it. As you can probably guess, they had to stop using it for copyright reasons. Marvel wasn't super pumped about them using the name Captain Marvel, and I'm pretty sure Fawcett Comics, which is the original publication that DC bought to get the character, did it just to take a jab at Marvel. Mm-hmm. So
they bought an entire company to acquire this character? Please?
No, not just him.
Okay. Do you know who else was on the roster with them?
Yeah, they actually got a lot from Fawcett. I would have to find it. I'll look it up while you talk more shit.
I mean, I could talk endless shit. But I think it's just, to me, it's just oversaturation, because, like, let's be honest, guys. The last, month, 90% of what we've been covering is superheroes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I care about anything superhero related anymore. I think I blew a fuse. Like, I don't even when I see something that's actively cool, I'm like, fuck this. Fuck that piece of shit.
Yeah.
I did love Zack Snyder's Snyder cut of the Justice League, though.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Me too.
None of them are good, so I'm not, we don't need to do this.
No, give me your give me the first 5 on the list.
You don't know any of them.
Yeah, but I want to hear what they're called, though. Please.
They're not good.
All right, fine. Exactly. Let's hear them.
That's hilarious. Okay, this was back in the 1940s.
Don't pepper it up.
Yep.
Fawcett Comics was one of several. Sorry, I have ADD. Fun fact: the high school they went to was Fawcett High School in the Shazam movie. Fawcett Comics, a division of Fawcett Publications, is one of several. Blah 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 blah. 1940s.
He's stalling. He's afraid to tell us.
Its most popular character was Captain Marvel. Other characters published by Fawcett include Captain Video, Hopalong Cassidy.
No, wait.
I'm not done.
Is that like a superhero on a pogo stick?
I don't. It might be like.
What if he doesn't have superpowers? He's literally just jumping the entire time.
It is. It's a cowboy hero. It's not a superhero.
Hop on this dick, you piece of shit. You worthless.
Bullet Man and Bullet Girl.
You said that with all sincerity, like, oh no, it's not a superhero, it's a cowboy hero.
That makes it better. Spy Smasher, Captain Midnight. Oh, I actually have heard of Captain Midnight. Not good though. Phantom Eagle. Okay, these are Minuteman. I could have swore. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Fuck, I was thinking of Charlton Comics, which is where some of the characters that got the Watchmen inspiration came from.
Okay.
Either way, whatever.
Wait, what was it? Was it Hopalong Man? What was it called again?
Hopalong Cassidy.
Hopalong. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I know Easter's right around the corner.
I know he's a cowboy, but I picture him with like little bunny ears and like a little cottontail. And like he just hop along, and then he gets violently assaulted by furries. And then
oh no!
It's the end of his career.
Then it's an episode of Special Victims Unit. Like it's just it's just them swabbing the cottontail.
Oh my god!
It's still on him too.
Where's Ice-T when you need him? Okay.
He won't be hopping the same for a while.
I'm so sorry. We ran out of cotton balls. Do you mind if I just take a little bit from your tail?
Which SVU is Ice-T on?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
My answer is yes. I think he's on all of them, but he also might be on none of them. It's like my brain just molds them all together. Yeah. Melds them all.
I was gonna do an Ice-T impression, but I'm not gonna do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, that feels like it would not come off good either way.
It could go bad.
Yeah, it could go bad real quick. All right, next piece of news.
No, not bad.
I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about this. I'll just say it. Sony is going to be closing PS3, PS Vita, PSP stores. There was an and in there that I fucked up, and PSP stores this summer. So the PlayStation stores on PS3 and PSP are shut down in July, and the Vita store will close in August. Do either of you care? And then if you do, my follow-up question is, but why though?
I do.
But why though? I tried to Van Damme, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you almost dared to that. You almost.
I could never achieve those heights. He's
I don't
he's
know
so straight faced.
Yeah, he says like the wackiest shit, like especially about like women hurting him, and he never even like flinches. He doesn't even blink.
Well, I think he is dead serious about that.
Yeah, that's not a joke. Yeah, that's all.
But the shitting story, you seem like you were like so proud of the fact that you made it to your job that there was not even like a smirk on your face.
No, I was. It's like you were. Some of that was inspired by real event. Like I really did almost shit myself.
But so Scott, why does this rankle you?
Here's the thing, because there's so many rare PS1 and PS2 games that you can't really get physical copies of for less than like $50 or $60 at this point. Games like Tomba, the Parasite Eve games, the original Resident Evil trilogy, Siren on PS2. The list goes on and on and on. Saga Frontier 1 and 2. I know the Saga Frontier OG is coming to PS4 and PS5 this month, or next month. But all these games that are priceless or jacked up in price when you get a physical copy, you can buy them from like $6 to $10 on the PS3 store. So like the PS1 classics and the PS2 classics are dirt cheap there compared to what you would pay at like a retro retail store.
Right.
The problem is, a lot of people like myself, because of that, have amassed a large collection of downloaded games, right? And the PS3's hard drive can't hold our entire collection. We're reliant on that store to be able to re-download as we delete things to cycle through the stuff we want to play. So there are people that have sunk, to some extent, like hundreds of dollars into these games to have all the collection, to be able to play for streaming purposes or just to have ease of access to it. And when this store goes down, people who own this content won't have access to it anymore.
So wait, is that how it works? You won't have access to your own purchased?
Well, no, I mean, you'll have access to what's on your hard drive, but if you delete something, how are you going to re-download it if the store isn't active?
Paul's, there's actually a segment here that mentions that, and it sounds like you might be okay. Some functions on PS3, PSP, and PS Vita can still be accessed. I said accessed. That's weird. Even after all 3 stores close up, users will still be able to re-download previously purchased games, access previously purchased digital content, redeem games and PS Plus vouchers, and re-download free titles from PS Plus as long as a subscription is active. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Yeah, okay. Sorry, kind of ruined your rant.
Well.
So with that being said, are you still upset about it? Or was that really the big point that bothered you?
Well, I mean, that was part of it, but it's also like now I have until July to complete.
Yeah, you still have to buy all that shit before. Exactly. Yeah, it's still a pain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, you totally pulled my chair out from my desk in front of the entire class, and now my ass is on the floor, and I don't know whether to punch you or run out of the room crying. I don't know what to do, Chris.
Yeah.
What's like to be a bully, Chris?
Well, I didn't want our first fuck TCN to be like, it was in the fucking article, dickheads. Like, so I had to jump in, you know?
Nobody's gonna fuck. Yeah,
that's true. No one fucks TCN.
Nobody fucks TCN.
No one asks TCN. Yeah, we're trying to guilt you guys. I'll own up to it.
Yeah.
Derek,
I think it's. I mean, the old shit has to die eventually, right? Like, I see what you're saying. It is a pain because. Now you gotta,
Kylo Ren.
But really, I mean, like, how long are you gonna be downloading updates to your fucking PS2? I mean, like, you gotta focus on the new shit. They just had a new console drop. I can't believe anyone still plays their Vita. Like, when Ron got hers, I was like, you're never gonna play that fucking thing. And then she did all the time. Jello plays his Vita all the time. I thought that was a dead console like 10 years ago.
Who?
We don't speak of Jello.
KIA.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like
it
wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be as annoying if PlayStation had followed through on any one of their multiple promises for full backwards compatibility for a new console. Like, if you don't want people to pirate your games and steal your shit, it's the same thing with Nintendo, right? There's so many games that they just won't release for digital download on console, and they have simple ways to do it. Like they if you can emulate the shit, why can't they just fucking recode it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what the issue is. Like, people are doing shit in their garage.
In their garage. I have to say, throwing a bunch of challenge at them, that I am very selfishly on Derek's side with this, only because I've said it before, I'm not really a huge fan of retro gaming, and in my mind, it's like, you want to play a retro game,
so
download an emulator.
Okay, no, I get what you're saying.
No. I'm saying that caveat with, like, I know that I'm being a selfish dickhead and pushing my views on the rest of you, and I know that's not fair, which is why I legitimately wanted to hear why Scott was mad about it, and that's totally cool. I don't even own any of these consoles anymore, so it doesn't affect me in the slightest, and that makes me cold-hearted towards the rest of you that still have them, because I don't give a shit. Doesn't affect me. See ya.
I just don't get why.
Kind, empathetic soul, Chris.
I don't get why they don't take like those titles on the PS3 and Vita and just let you fucking download them on the current gen consoles. Like, there's no way that would take that much resources to bring those like very popular games that people are still searching for and just let you get it on the new one. Like, I don't get it. I don't follow that logic.
Well, the thing is, they have re-released a fair amount of PS1 and PS2 games on PS4. They're just categorized as PS4 titles now. Like, like almost every Final Fantasy you can buy and play on your PS4. And, I mean, sure, like, they're HD remakes, but no, they're fucking not.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're really not.
Have you seen Squall's face? It looks pretty bad.
Actually, Squall's face looks good. It's the game around him that doesn't look good. Like, they did not touch up the backgrounds whatsoever.
Oh, I saw a side-by-side comparison, and it still looked like it looked like it was on like a fucking like GameCube, like Crystal Chronicles quality. I'm like,
yeah, he still looks like he's just like super weeb fucking animation style now. But they literally didn't, like, that's not hyperbole. They did not touch up the backgrounds from 1999. So like you have. It's the main cast of characters. They redid the models and they look all right, you know, but against more than 20-year-old backgrounds, it's really, it's not good.
They look like Nintendo 3DS characters. You know what I mean? Like they look like they look like they started to try and then just take like they fuck it, right? Like
yeah,
the weebs will buy it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy IX, the furries and the weebs will buy it.
Not like this. Not like this. All right, we have three trailers to talk about this week before we get into our main topics. Every time, I gotta tell you boys, something that's, again, ADD. I don't know what's bothering me all night tonight. Whenever I count something out, I immediately hear Gary Oldman from The Fifth Element when he's bitching at the aliens and he says, I asked you for 4 stones! Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4! What am I gonna do with an empty case? That's all I got. Every time. Pops in my head. Now that you know that, let's continue. Yeah. So the first trailer
Thank you for
that we have to talk about is you're welcome. The Suicide Squad trailer, not to be confused with Suicide Squad by David Ayer and apparently some trailer cutting company. But this is by our friendly neighborhood James Gunn, who was promptly fired from Disney over some ancient ass tweets, and DC gobbled his ass up within it was 3 months, right? They were like, oh, he's doing the next Suicide Squad.
They gave him that King Shark treatment.
They were like, come over, daddy, do whatever you want. We don't care what all the gross shit you said about people in movie theaters or whatever it was.
Christopher, before you continue, I just want to throw that.
She already made that shit?
They're done.
Oh my God.
Thank you, baby.
That's pretty dope.
I have to show him a picture of that. You have to send it to me later.
All right.
That might just make him cry all over. For those of you listening who are very lost, Derek and his awesome girlfriend Ron made for my birthday a Batman symbol, just like the one you just showed me. For those who were listening, you have to just imagine what the fucking Batman symbol looks like. Yeah. It's very Keaton-esque. And then a little Batman. And they sent it to me. I just got it today. I opened it up. My son, who is currently obsessed with Batman and Superman, immediately went, Daddy, Baba. And I said, okay, here, you can hold it. Be careful with it. You can hold it. And then he went, Sue, because that's what it's Baba and Sue. And you know, why not? Makes sense. And when I said, I don't have Superman in that form, buddy, but you have this other Sue, immediate, just Brian just couldn't help himself bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, this is incredible. Like, you've just given me ammo. Like, I know how to make a fucking bomb go off in your house now, and I am going to use this in the future. I'm just telling you. Like, this is not like this is the beginning. Like, this is just starting. This is going to keep happening, and that's it. Enjoy it.
It's fun. He's really fun. I'm not going to talk about kids too much on the podcast, but it's funny to see his interest go from such a hard right turn from I'm cool with Sesame Street, and now he's like, superheroes.
Yeah.
And he wants all that shit. And I'm like, well, come here, my boy. Let me take you under my wing. I've trained my whole life for this.
I haven't liked you yet until now, but now I do.
Do y'all fucks with Super Grover in your house?
Oh, yeah. We have Super Grover.
That was a transition then, right? That was like the...
Yeah, that was the gateway drug.
Right.
He if you will. Yeah, because why not equate drugs with kids shows?
I mean, Oscar the Grouch exists, bro. They've already been equating them.
Yeah.
Been years.
Why do you think he's homeless, son?
He's got that Kensington vibe going on.
Yeah, he just does gummies now, though. He's not putting anything up his nose anymore. He just kind of just to get the numb, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta numb it up when you're sucking. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. He before we move on, he calls Grover Wubba Wubba because Grover sings the Wubba Wubba song on Sesame Street.
Very nice.
Anyway, the Suicide Squad trailer, the exact opposite of Sesame Street, came out, was it 2 days ago? 3 days ago. And this is the R-rated red band trailer featuring some of the same returning characters, but they keep saying it's not a sequel, it's just another movie. It exists in the same world with some of the same characters, whatever. Who gives a shit about the distinction? I'm very anxious. Scott, how did you feel about the Suicide Squad trailer?
I'm really excited for it. Looks pretty dope, yeah.
Let your guard down, Derek.
Huh?
Sorry, continue, Scott.
I was like, no, just like I mean, I don't give a shit about Polka Dot Man, right? Like, there's characters here I don't give a shit about. But,
I do, just from this trailer.
But John Cena shined in this. It was incredible. Their whole conversation walking through the jungle, like, I was like crying, laughing, watching this trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, it's cool to see Harley Quinn back in her original colors, back in the black and red.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, she is beautiful, and I think she also pretty much perfectly represents that character. Like bad scripts aside.
Yeah,
in Real Suicide Squad, I think she did a phenomenal job, but she was really great in Birds of Prey, and I'm excited to see her reprise the role for this.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be probably one of the best movies DC has done so far. If it has that James Gunn sense of humor and R rating.
Yeah, I think that's the seller. I think the fact they let him go R means it's probably going to be pretty. Did you see the dark superhero film he did with Rainn Wilson? And what
Super.
the fuck? Yeah, I thought that was great.
Page.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking great. Did you see that, Derek?
No, I remember it. It looked goofy, so I never watched it. I didn't even know it was James Gunn. Though.
Oh, it's 100%. It's 100% goofy, but it's not goofy the way you think it is.
Yeah.
At this point,
Rainn Wilson is so hit or miss for me, though.
Yeah.
And when he hits,
I can see
he really fucking hits. But like a lot of the time, I'm just like,
yeah. He also made The Rocker, though. You know what I mean? So you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
no.
Real
he was
roll
also
of the dice.
Dwight Schrute on The Office for like 8-9 years. Like,
yeah.
Ugh, yuck.
I like how you also that in there, even though it's like the thing everyone knows him for.
Did he do that?
I prefer everything else he's
Was that
done
him?
over that, but
Oh shit! Yeah, he was on that show.
the only thing I like about Dwight Schrute is Recyclops. That's it. Recyclops
that was a good bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I agree with your point about Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. We discussed it because of the show too, but there's a really fine line when you write Harley Quinn between being like overly ditzy and kind of stupid, but making her still like a powerful female character. And I think, you know, the whole just the intro gag bit of them like going to rescue her, but her being outside and she's fucked up.
Yeah, she already fucked up the entire team that was holding her.
Yeah, you know, she murdered everyone in that building they're about to go into. Yeah. And like her reaction was very great. I'm not even gonna try to recreate it, but she's like, I could go back inside.
Could you recreate it? Could you do that?
No.
Okay.
She's so like visibly like touched that someone gives a fuck about her enough to come rescue her.
Yeah. Like she's like upset about it.
Yeah. I mean, like to me, she just looked like so like surprised by it because obviously like we know she has that toxic relationship with the Joker for years, and the one person she's supposed to be closest to treats her like she's, you know, disposable.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I mean, if this is ignoring the David Ayer movie, which is what the impression I'm under. Then it's going to be her first time having sort of like a dysfunctional family, right?
I don't think it's ignoring it.
Yeah. The only question is,
you do think, or you don't think it's ignoring it?
I don't think it's ignoring it.
Neither do I.
I don't think they'll reference it at all. I don't think it's going to ignore. I don't know. They might say like a past mission or something. Who knows?
Well, I think it would be. It takes place on the timeline. Is it before or after Birds of Prey?
I would say after because of that. You know, maybe because she's. I don't know. Birds of Prey makes you think maybe she's used to people giving a shit about her. I don't know. But either way,
the costumes what threw me off because she's wearing her OG costume. I was like, does it take place before the other ones? Yeah,
but there is I always watch the breakdowns of the trailers where people find the most inane details. Yeah. And there's that tattoo on her back that's visible right there. It used to say like property of Joker, and it says property of no one now. So it's definitely post that.
Mm-hmm. That's some cringe posting right there, a little bit.
Hashtag cringe posting, eyebrow posting. Derek, how'd you feel about the Suicide Squad trailer?
My sort of journey through the Suicide Squad trailer is as follows. I watched it initially, and obviously it looks fun. I mean, I
wish I had popcorn like Scott to listen. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
continue.
It's undeniable.
You want some popcorn, buddy?
Yeah.
You want to get some, Derek? Come here.
Yeah, I wish you
I'm not
hadn't
gonna stick
stopped.
my tongue out though. I'm just gonna put my hand out.
No.
Oh.
You got to baby bird it, or else I'm not throwing it. There you go.
It looks fun, right? That's undeniable. But you know what? Initially, my first thought was like, but. You know, the trailer for the first one looked really fun too, and obviously that was a humongous letdown. And then I thought like, yeah, this is just going to be James Gunn except with gore and cursing. And then I was like, but does that really sound that bad? Like, I mean, it's definitely just Guardians of the Galaxy, but they can say bad words now
and kill people
and rip them in half.
Like, yeah, I don't mean like I mean people on the team. Like people will die on this team. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can we have like a Deadpool for who's gonna die and in what order for this 100%.
Movie? But before the movie comes out, we should absolutely do that.
Hang on one second though. What's the shark guy's name? Is it just
King Shark?
King Shark. Yeah. If anything happens to him, I will never watch anything by James Gunn ever again. He is the sweetest, hunkiest, honeyest boy I've ever seen in my life, and I love him.
Fucking watch Harley Quinn, bro. Wait till you
watch dude,
right.
He's voiced by Ron Funches in that show, and it's fantastic.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I feel like you think I should know, and maybe that means I should.
No,
but I don't.
He's been growing in popularity. He's been in more and more stuff that I've seen recently. He's been on a couple podcasts that I listen to. He's funny.
Right.
Do you know who voices King Shark?
I do not.
It's Sylvester Stallone.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
If you rewatch the trailer knowing that, you're like, oh, that's absolutely Stallone.
Yeah. All the memes that are coming out of the hand thing are so good. Like when your girl's on her period. And
I hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah, they're out there. Yeah. But anyway, so my final thing is I actually think it looks really good. I loved Birds of Prey. I love the tone of it. And this seems like, I don't know. It just seems like a good time. Again, surprise, surprise, even Veronica, who hates superhero movies way more than I do, even she said it looked really cool. So, nice. I mean, there's something there.
I think despite all the good jokes in this and everything, I think my favorite moment in this entire trailer was that briefing room scene where Idris Elba's, looking all badass, his Bloodsport. He's like, we're all going to die. And Polka Dot Man's like, I hope so. Like, the most sincere look I've ever... What's his name? David Dastmalchian or something like that, the actor. Who was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think, and also was in like The Dark Knight. He's been in a lot of random stuff. It's just these tiny roles.
Yeah.
But good for him for being friends with famous people, I guess, because whatever.
Who did he play in The Dark Knight? I remember his face.
He was a crazy Joker follower.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Two-Face grabbed him from the ceremony after they thought he killed Gordon.
Oh, he was one of the people. Yeah, in the firing squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
I mean, I thought the trailer looked like a play. It's cool that they're bringing a goofy character like Starro and really playing up like the fact that it's a goofy character, like what Steve Agee, I think his name is Agee, who's doing the like kind of control room conversations. We got a kaiju up in this shit. I don't know. It looks fun. It looks goofy. It looks like it's going to give those characters a good amount of time. Who the fuck is Michael Rooker playing? Savant, I think his name is. I don't know what that guy does. But the trailer was cut so amazingly to that Dirty Dozen song that I just loved every second of it.
And the CGI was looking choice, my man.
It was looking pretty good.
Fucking good.
That scene that I sent a picture of what we talked about, King Shark just rending that guy in two, like, it was glorious. And that is exactly why you want a Red Band trailer.
Are we going to talk about the rabbit hole that the kaiju kind of brings us to?
What rabbit hole is that?
Jaro.
Jaro?
These are all just words to me.
Jaro is... I'm reading this verbatim. Jaro is the Starro in a jar. sorry. Jaro, the Starro in a jar, is an alien, Star Conqueror, who was grown and adopted by Batman. Despite being conflicted over his villainous heritage, he is incredibly affectionate towards Batman, who he considers to be his father. Jaro also dreams of being Batman's best Robin. Google Jaro right now if you've never seen this, Chris, you need to.
I see it. That's hilarious. What is this, like an alternate Earth or something?
I mean, I'm assuming that this is the real thing. This has been published.
That's
the kaiju we see in the trailer is a giant fucking starfish. Right or wrong, boys?
Yeah.
It looks suspiciously like Jaro.
Hang on, just read.
Well, all Starros look alike.
Yeah,
they all look the same.
Yeah, but like it's the same colors and everything.
Just read the speech bubble on this, please.
I've been using Jaro to probe more memories. What? Is that what you were looking for? Is that the one?
On it, Dad.
No, on it, Dad. Yeah, I put it in disco. Yeah.
I like the one at the bottom in the fandom article I'm looking at where he's throwing a batarang in a Robin costume and he says, "For justice, you turds."
Yeah. So this is a thing that exists, buddy. It's something that's out there in the.
Did not know.
Yeah,
that's okay. This goofy shit like that.
Rewatch the trailer though. Like the kaiju has pink and blue all over it.
Yeah.
Jaro could be a mommy kaiju, and this could be the origin of. I mean, come on, James Gunn would definitely put a nod to this shit in his movie. You fucking know.
He probably would.
100%.
But for those of you who don't know, Starro is literally like usually they're like a hive mind. Like there's a whole bunch of them in a swarm, and they latch onto people's faces and mind control them. It's been a pretty overdone plot device in like Justice League films. Like Superman's been controlled by them.
Really? I've never once seen a starfish face fuck the Man of Steel.
Oh, absolutely. He's been face fucked by Starro.
Rule 34.
100%.
Dude, dope.
Yeah.
Did it have like an ovipositor, like a face hugger? Just like getting in there?
I don't know what goes in
getting
there.
It's that gat going? Yeah. Yo. Can you imagine if somebody dubbed the gat sounds from a porno over the scene where the guy's laying on the table with the fucking face hugger on?
Well, now I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yo, please, that's all I want. My birthday's in June. That's all I want.
That's plenty of time. The stuff that I don't know. I'm sure Starro put something in there, but what exactly is for DeviantArt to decide? So, all right, boys. Next trailer we have to talk about. It's kind of a weird one. I did not expect it to happen. I don't know. So there's a Lord of the Rings Gollum game coming out.
Yes.
All I have to say is whatever. Cool. Lord of the Rings is great. I like Lord of the Rings. Not as much as the next person. Because I know Derek loves it definitely more than I do.
Wait, are you not excited for this?
Have you ever crouched stealth in a game?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Have you ever wanted to do that the entire game?
Yes.
What are you talking about? You liked the Last of Us 2. That was all just slow crawling on my tummy the whole time.
What weapons?
Which, by the way, I don't know.
No, because this isn't going to be like this isn't fucking Ori in the Blind Forest or some shit. You can fight. You can like legitimately fight back and kick the shit out of people, but you don't use your fists. You outsmart them. You trick them. You have to like. It's essentially like a stealth puzzle game, bro. You're gonna have to lure these creatures over here to kill these orcs and then like piece the fuck out. You have to cause chaos and be in and out. Like if this is a game that's like loosely scripted and you have multiple options to make your way through all these big expansive areas, like it looks like. It's going to be incredible.
No, you do. That's what it is. That's what they've said. And there's like the morality system is rather than good and evil, it's Smeagol and Gollum. Like the more that you just kind of get by people without hurting them, you get like Smeagol points. But if you're killing people to get through, you kind of lean more into Gollum.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful, right? Like, I don't know. I think it looks great. I tend to not like. I liked stealth games when I was a kid, and I really don't anymore. I'm just like, I think I'm too like lizard brains now. I just want to run in and shoot everything and run out. But
aren't we all?
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it looks cool as shit, actually. I'm always welcoming of any new Lord of the Rings stuff. So
I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's good. Have you not played it? It's not like, canon, but it's good. It looked
like Dynasty Warriors to me. I was just like, nah, I'm good.
No. It's more like the Arkham games. It's like literally that engine. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I think you'd actually really like those games. I'm surprised you haven't played them. They're really good.
Well, I remember seeing
I feel like you guys are talking about. Yeah, I think you guys are talking about different things.
Yeah,
he's talking about
Shadow of Mordor. It's like there's a general. You got to go kill the army and get the general.
Shadow of Mordor. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's absolutely like Batman and Assassin's Creed together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, like,
buy it for you. It's only like $4.
I don't mean I don't mean it's like Batman Arkham and Assassin's Creed. It is those games put together in Lord of the Rings.
It's like reskinned as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Like stealth and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get into the first one too much because I don't know. It didn't take off for me. But the second one, despite the loot box complaints that came out in the early days, was a pretty decent one, pretty decent follow up. So
it was the traversing in the second one was better too. Like you had like your kind of platforming aspect to it. It was pretty. I never beat that one, but I beat the shit out of the first one. I loved that game.
It took a while to get moving or feel fluid in the first one for me. Like I felt like I was running on the ground a lot for shit, and I was like, this doesn't feel great. But it was fun.
All the trailers I saw made it look like it was like a hack and slash, like beat 'em up kind of thing. Like it was.
No,
like,
you got to time your hits just like Arkham, and like you get new abilities, and I'm telling you, if it's still on sale on Steam, I'm gonna get it for you. It's a fucking good game. It's really good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
I love you, baby.
I feel good. I don't know why this trailer made me like not as excited for it. I don't know. I guess I'll just wait to see more from it. Personally, I was like, What the fuck does that character do all the time? That's gonna be fun to play as. To me,
I've got to have your back on that. That like I don't really give a fuck about the development of Gollum or Smeagol. Like it's not going to be an interesting character to watch him go on this journey. Like we already know how it ends for him, right? This takes place before Lord of the Rings, so the question is like he doesn't have the ring. He's probably trying to find Bilbo to get the ring back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how
I think it said that this is placed right before Lord of the Rings. I would have figured that too. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, all right, so this is probably around The Hobbit. Yeah. But it's actually like right before Lord of the Rings. So I'm assuming this is when the Nazgul were hunting him, and maybe he's like trying to outrun them. You know, at the beginning of the Fellowship, they catch him and torture him. But that's my assumption.
It does take place before Lord of the Rings, yeah.
But I'm into it. I will say this though, they didn't show much in the trailer, right? I mean, there's not much
like
to go on.
Yeah, like 30, 35 seconds.
But it looks beautiful, like the color palettes and ray tracing. It looks great.
That one shot where they pan up and you realize you're like in the outskirts of Mordor, like near a giant tower.
Yeah.
In one of the mountain passes, like maybe even the same pass that Frodo was captured and about to be tortured in. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks incredible. I
always loved Smeagol's character. I always thought he was a really good. I feel like the movies didn't do a very good job of capturing that he's meant to be a very, very tragic character, and they just make him seem like evil and good sometimes, but then falling back into evil. He's more of like a divide. Like
they treat him like a puppy dog that shits on the carpet.
Yeah.
You know, like,
but he's much
to a T.
In the books. He's more like conniving. He's very fucking intelligent. Yeah. I don't know. I always thought he was a really good character, so I'm really excited to explore more of it. I just hope they do it right.
That was Andy's voice in the trailer, right? He is reprising the role as the voice of Smeagol.
I don't know.
It's not confirmed in the story.
It sounded like his voice in the trailer.
I'm not sure,
but I mean, it could be somebody doing an incredible impression of him. You know, like there's that one guy for Arkham Origins did his impression of Mark Hamill's Joker, and it's pretty close.
Troy Baker. It's not bad. I didn't mind it at all.
Great. My God, Troy Baker's wonderful.
There's a couple scenes in that game where it sounds like he's trying to rip on Mark Hamill, and there's a couple scenes that he makes it his own really well. And honestly, it worked fine. There's did you beat the whole thing?
What's that?
Did you beat that whole game?
No, I never even fucking played. I just watched the trailer.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's one scene in particular I was gonna reference, but if you didn't play it, you wouldn't.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, I don't mind you spoiling it. I'm not going to play Origins.
I have no concern. I'm never going to play it.
It's not because of context. It's just because of his performance.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this game is confirmed to be coming out in 2022, but beyond that, we don't have anything else yet for it. And I don't know. That's all I got. We'll see. I'm sure I'll play it as long as it gets decent reviews. I'll definitely play it. Always like some Lord of the Rings. And then we have one more trailer to go over. Which is a random horror movie that I saw like 2 nights ago when I was looking for stuff to throw in the dock, and I don't know how I feel about this. It kind of struck me because of the concept, but it's also not the most like unique concept. So it's a horror movie called Separation, and the general gist I'm getting from this is there's a death in the family, and it sort of awakens something evil in the house, and then they're getting sort of haunted and tortured by this creature. I don't know. Derek, did you watch this trailer?
I did. I did watch it.
How did you feel about it?
I feel like I know exactly how it's going to go. The first 50% of this movie is going to be done super well with like the creepy imagery, the like half hidden in the dark type thing where you're not sure if you're looking at what you're looking at until it's way too late. And then the like latter, like act 3 of the movie is just going to be all these weird monsters in plain sight constantly, and it's just going to be at that point fall like, apart. The mystery of it is going to be like, all right, I that's what I'm getting from this trailer. It looks like they had like some like set pieces done really well, like the one where like a chick is like looking up in the attic and like the little girl's up there, and you just sort of see like the faint outline of a face behind her. Like that kind of shit is what freaks me out.
Yeah.
But as soon as you show like the actual like monster like puppeteering its way through the bedroom, it's like, all right, this isn't scary.
How did that go again?
It was like this. Just like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree. I have some thoughts about the rest of it though. Scott, how did you feel about this trailer?
I wanted to like it because I felt like the visual, like when they did show. I mean, we saw the monsters nonstop in the trailer, right? Usually they don't. Usually you don't do that. I mean, think about like the OG Alien trailers when you watch the special features on like an old, like you don't reveal your whole hand in the trailer unless it's just gonna be a nonstop shit show. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Wally's World kind of did the same thing. So like seeing this trailer and it reminded me so much of the Wally's World trailer, I had no desire to see this.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks beautiful. The costumes look cool. The creatures look cool, but like. Mm-hmm. It's doing all the same tropes that we've seen for like the last 20 years since the fucking Conjuring, right? Like,
yeah,
this is just the Conjuring and fucking what's the one with the robot devil from Futurama in it? Fucking that doesn't matter.
You lost me on that one. Sorry, I want to I want to give you an olive branch here, but I'm just not sure.
It's the one where they go into the further or whatever the fuck it's called.
Insidious, and I'm
Insidious,
just gonna start.
Yeah, Insidious,
really?
Yeah.
First, wow, okay.
Yeah, because like they show the thing in broad daylight, and it looks like the robot devil from fucking Futurama, and then they show it later, and it's sharpening its claws, and I'm like, that reminds me of that episode of where the robot devil takes Benner to hell, gives him a fiddle, and he sharpens his claws on the same kind of grinding wheel. Like they just got really baked and watched Futurama and like wrote the script in one night. I swear to God, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah, it really. Like, I'm glad you hate it because when I saw it, I was like, no one likes this, right? And then everybody did, and I was really upset about it.
This reminds me of like this gives me Insidious vibes, big time, like big time. And you know what? I wish more stuff would give me Ethan Hawke horror movie vibes. I want some Bagul up in here. You know what I mean? You guys remember that one? Insidious. Not Insidious.
Okay.
Not Insidious. I'm gonna look it up. Sorry.
So Separation comes from director William Brent Bell, who doesn't have the best record. He directed The Devil Inside. He also helmed The Boy. And Bram's The Boy 2, which I didn't know existed, and that name and subtitle sound god fucking awful. That being said, I have to say, the trailer had so many like horror movie tropes just in this one trailer. I didn't hate the whole thing though. Like, I'm not expecting it to be good. Don't get me wrong, but I did not actively hate the trailer.
No, I mean,
I don't know,
but it's telling though, right?
Yeah, of course it's telling.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, didn't they name the creatures were named like Grizzly Ken or something, like the artist father who drew these.
Yeah,
they have a terrifying name.
But also, why? Why? Like, if you're writing a horror comic, why do you have giant, like, life-size versions of these dolls in your house with your small children? Like, do you not like sleeping?
You know why, Scott?
Do you not like to sleep? Do you want to wake up to the sound of screams? Oh, the kids are too scared.
You know
to leave
what he
the room?
does with them?
Oh, he's fucking them. They're all just real dolls in terrifying masks.
Yeah. They all have a flashlight jammed up there somewhere.
When they
you hear feet like creaking on the steps as this this possessed doll moves, but you also hear the cummies dripping out of its fleshlight.
I was gonna say
in the tile floors.
It's gonna climb over on top of you, and you're gonna be like, no, and it's gonna be like, that's my secret. There was no fleshlight, and it's gonna squeeze its face, and all the cummies are gonna come out, and that's gonna be the
no. Oh, by the way, it was
I brought plenty of lube.
It was Sinister. The Ethan Hawke horror movie Sinister, where like the demon lives in the pictures or in the videos. And like he always possesses the kids and makes them kill the whole family.
I think I turned that movie off. Did you like that movie?
I like it a fuck ton better than I like Insidious.
I don't think I liked either of them very much.
I mean, this one at least has some.
I don't think I saw either of them.
Yeah,
I would kiss Ethan Hawke directly on the mouth, though, without a doubt, without hesitation.
Open mouth?
Would you rather
open
kiss,
mouth? 100%. Yeah.
Would you rather kiss modern day Ethan Hawke in the mouth or Training Day Ethan Hawke in the mouth?
Modern day. He's got all that experience. I mean, that's easy.
That's a very specific question.
Yeah.
Well, he's also been in Hollywood for like 20 years now, man. You never know if he's got mouth stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mouth stuff. Okay, boys, we have our main topics. Derek, pee-pee break? Anybody pee-pee break?
Pee-pee break.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some beers.
All right, children. I'll chill. Now I'm gonna wait for you to go.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's awkward. I can't perform while you're watching.
I've had that problem before.
Yeah, it's common problem. All right, boys. So while these two are away, we shall converse. Oh, I see Ron back there. Hi, Ron. Thanks for the Batman thing that made my son cry. Hopefully the Superman one makes him incredibly happy. I'm sure it will because it looks amazing. I'm supposed to be shilling. So you can find us at thecynicalnerd.com. You can find us at facebook.com/thecynicalnerd. You can email us at questions@thecynicalnerd.com. On Twitter, we are at the Schmegnerd. SHMEG nerd. I know. Cynical Nerd was taken. If you want, you can hashtag AskTCN to ask us a question. If you want to correct us because we've done something incessantly stupid, which I would, we probably did. That's hashtag FuckTCN. You can correct a bullshit statement that we made, something that's factually wrong, or you can just tell us to go fuck ourselves. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. Get creative with it. I want to see what you pull together. Give you some popsicle sticks and some glue, and just go wild. Go buck wild.
You talking about Girls Gone Wild?
I was the whole time. I actually didn't shill at all.
Remember how that guy would always have himself in the Girls Gone Wild? It'd be like 1 a.m. You'd be watching Comedy Central, and all of a sudden, gang, it was titty time, right? And it's just the same 2-minute long commercial on a loop for 4 hours. Like, how the fuck does this guy afford all this airtime? And he would always like shove himself into the commercials.
Yeah,
and
I know what you mean.
He looked exactly like what the guy who owned Girls Gone Wild would look like. You know, like you kind of already knew what he looked like before you saw him. You know, before he introduced himself, you saw him, you're like, that's the guy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I wonder if he got Me Too'd yet. He's probably gone, right?
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah. Who was this?
The Girls Gone Wild guy. Didn't he get Me Too'd right out the door?
I mean, he probably overdosed long before he get Me Too'd, if we're being realistic.
The guy who like made Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done so. Yeah.
Derek, would you say that he looked exactly like what you would expect the guy who owned Girls Gone Wild to look like?
I don't remember what he looks like. I'm gonna do it.
Imagine if Zach Bagans pretended to like soccer and like went to Irish pubs to watch Europa League. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Oh yeah, Joe Francis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Joe Francis.
This looks worse than Tyler Hoechlin. Jesus Christ.
Boys,
oh no!
I know you could probably barely see the art on this can here.
Oh, it looks pretty cool. Some of it's see through because
cool.
of your green
It's
screen.
called the Superhero Sidekicks. Yeah,
one of those guys looks like Chota Boy.
Hey,
I'm gonna take a picture that you guys can see and send it to you.
And his sidekick, Chota Boy. Okay, we have two main topics up. Hang on, let's take a look. I'm sorry that you. Oh no, I forgot that he looked like that. We have 2 main topics up for discussion this week. Oh, boys, before I forget. Oh wow, we're doing it live right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, I'll write it. We'll do it live. We have Godzilla vs Kong next week to talk about.
We do. Very exciting.
We all gotta pick a side, right? We all gotta make some kind of weird bet, like some kind of embarrassing.
We'll do it at the end of this.
Okay.
We'll do. Oh well, he fucked up. I didn't hear. You're okay. We have 2 main topics this week. This week is Invincible, which is the Robert Kirkman written cartoon, R-rated cartoon that came out to Amazon Prime. They released the first 3 episodes. I think Derek and myself watched all 3. Scott, did you watch 2?
No, I made it through 1.
Oh, you just made the 1. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also have Falcon and the Oh god, I don't even have the energy to finish that sentence. The second episode.
Yeah. You want to start with Falcon Winter Soldier, Chris?
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Okay. Oh
god, look at him.
I have to.
God, look at him.
I have to preface this. I don't hate this show. I just don't. It doesn't have a reason to exist, and that it keeps reminding me of that over and over with every conversation that happens. That it's like it's. Hey Joe, how you doing, buddy? Hey, buddy. He's like the Canadian, you know.
What's up, guy? What's Pizzagate? I don't even know what that is.
No, yeah.
You guys want to get some pizza?
don't lie. Joe Francis knows what pizza.
100%.
I don't know. I don't want to go first. I'm gonna shoot my load.
Shoot it all over me.
I'm gonna hit the moist 3-pointers.
This is good, boys.
Derek, how much did you hate Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2?
A lot. A lot.
Is that it? That's all you got?
It's just I don't know what to say. There's not anything interesting about it. Nothing interesting is happening. There's things I really don't.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. Like nothing.
Okay.
You know what's weird is that I'm actually the only person I have an even like beginning of interest in whatsoever is the new Captain America. I just want to see what they're going to do with him. Like, I'm just curious. Are they going to make him a dick? Is he actually going to be sort of emblematic?
He's already kind of a dick.
Right, but he's kind of a bro, too.
He's a dick in response to them being a dick to him.
Yeah. And, I'm confused why he can throw that vibranium shield without having super strength. I mean, he specifically said he doesn't have super strength.
I think he does.
Is that what we're okay? That makes sense, right? But why would they say?
I think he does.
Why would they say
what
in
did
the
Chris
like?
Say? I couldn't hear him.
I think he does. Why am I doing it like this though? I'm very tired. Continue.
It worked though.
Thanks.
No, to like show in the like ABC Good Morning America thing, and to be like, oh well, you don't have any superpowers, and then they like show in that same clip him throwing the shield. If like him having super strength was a big secret, I don't know why they would show him doing that on like a majorly broadcasted event. So that's the one thing, but I'm not like, ooh, I can't wait. It's just kind of like, all right, that's a reason to stick around for another 4 episodes. But again,
thank God
the dialogue between Bucky and Sam, terrible, just awful. I mean, I know we're just doing sort of overall thoughts. No, not good. Not good.
How about you, Scott?
I need a big old sip. This one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sippy
just
sip.
down it. You should down it. You do the rest of it.
Sip.
It's so hoppy.
It's a hop along Cassidy.
That's it.
No one's fucked its little butt yet.
Oh, weird.
That's all you have to say to seem like you know what you're talking about with beer. Like, oh, this is very hoppy.
Yeah.
I've been really into bitters lately. More of a sour.
Grapefruit aroma on this one.
I want to apologize first and foremost to you guys because there's been a wild hair up my ass all goddamn day, and it's been because I've been thinking about this show. I'm also a little juiced up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to apologize because my rage spilled over onto social media, and I definitely spilled a little bit of the beans on what I thought of Falcon Winter Soldier on Twitter this week.
You did.
Oh, it's okay. I ignore you.
Okay. Fuck you. All right.
No, I'm kidding. I did specifically. I did. I barely checked Twitter. I did see that you posted some stuff, and I don't. It doesn't really affect. It's fine. I know you didn't like it.
This is. I mean, it really is fucking Speed 2 Cruise Control, right? This is the direct to DVD action movie sequel of the '90s that only the dumb kid with the big forehead would like beg his mom to rent it for him, and he'd come into school talking about it, and you'd all be like, we didn't fucking watch that. You know what I mean? Like, there's like oh God, it's I don't think the characters are written poorly. I think their dialogue is so cringy.
It's fucking atrocious.
And like it infuriates me. Like, these characters haven't grown at all in the time since Civil War. Despite everything they've been through, they don't have a trauma bond over losing Cap. Like, I mean, I know Cap didn't die, but still, like, they're both readjusting. They both got blipped.
But he's old now, and that's just as bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Didn't they both got blipped away as well, right? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So like they're both coming back into this world at the same time. They both lost one of their closest friends, and they still like it. I mean, granted, they've been back from the blip. How long has it been since the blip in this?
6 months, I think.
6 months. So it's like, I mean, but granted, like they still had all that time before the blip. After Civil War, where they were both kind of like outlaws together. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and like I didn't think of it like this, and you're making me actively hate it more, which I'm sure is fueling both of you right now. But they show Bucky in Wakanda as the White Wolf, and he looks like he's been at peace and like has healed from his past trauma. Yeah. And now we're right back into the like he's fucked up again thing.
I mean, I get it. I do get it. You know what I mean? Because like part of the conditions of his pardon are that he has to go see this court mandated therapist, right? Like, so obviously all this shit's being dug up against his. He doesn't want to go to therapy, right? He's barely responsive when he's there. So, but all this shit's being drummed up. So it's actually probably hurting his psychological condition by having to go and talk about all the shit that he like kind of did try to put behind him and move forward from.
Yeah. Do what normal men do, just bury that shit.
Yeah, dig a hole in your chest, fill it with whiskey, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, push it down with Brown.
Yeah.
Find Miss America and let her kick a star-shaped hole in your chest to bury all your grief in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like some of the things the show has introduced as concepts.
Yeah.
Like I like the concept of following the passing of a big mantle like Captain America to someone else. I've said this before.
Yeah.
I like Dick Grayson as Batman. I enjoyed the battle for the cow shit. I know I always bring it back to Batman, but him being the one I read the most, it's the closest point of reflection I have. The idea of like seeing these people try to fill
cow in our image, baby.
That's true. The kind of internal struggle of these people that he held close to him try to fill these giant shoes. I like that concept. I think it's a really good, rich narrative.
It is.
Well to pull from. And I just think that they can't do it because they never gave Falcon or Winter Soldier actual character growth. They've been the same static character since we first fucking met them. And because of that, it doesn't feel real to me that these... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm going to explode, but I'm going to let you finish your thought first.
Well, that was pretty much it as far as like the mantle, but there's other concepts that like, again, just like the mantle thing, I love the concept, but they're fucking it up and it's making me actively angry at the show. I love the idea of Isaiah Bradley. Spoiler alert. He's real. He's in the comics. He was, his story is tragic. He was one of the first super soldiers. They buried him because, the government are pieces of shit, and especially back then they were pieces of shit to black men and women in America. They buried everything about him. They treat him like an asshole. He never got any love for. No one knew what he did. They fucking did experiments on him, and I thought the guy who played him did a fine job in this, but it rings so hollow because like
I disagree with that.
What?
I think that was the only part of the episode that worked.
I didn't mean that scene rings hollow. I meant like the ramifications in the larger MCU, because you're telling me that Cap never found out about that when they were rifling through Shield files.
Well, I mean,
nothing. It's the same trope as like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy of like, it's the same obvious question you ask all the time. It's like, why when we're in a solo Thor movie, why wouldn't he just call Iron Man or something? It's like there's no way that they hacked all these government files throughout all of these films and the Shield was disbanded and no one ever, especially Steve Rogers. Like I wanted Steve and Anthony Mackie, Falcon, Sam Wilson to deal with this, not Winter Soldier and Sam Wilson. I don't know.
I don't think there would be any reason for him to have found that, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like every time they'd be looking for information, like imagine like the wealth of files, all the redacted things that they would come across. Like they had to dig, like in the original Avengers, they only found out what Tony Stark was trying to use the scepter for because of Bruce Banner. You know what I mean? Captain America is, or what Shield was trying to use the scepter for, to build weapons to fight back against the potential invading forces. Captain America's never been a sleuth. You know what I mean? He's always been the man of action. Like people tell him where to go and what to do. And we don't see that trend break until Civil War, where he, for the first time, does his own thing. And then after that, we don't see him again until Infinity War. You know what I mean? So, canonically, in the MCU, he's not, like, one who's rifling through files and finding information and finding the intelligence that the missions are based on. He's just going to where he's told and doing what he's told to do.
You know why I think it bothers me? Because at the end of Civil War, when Baron Zemo, who also makes an appearance at the end of this episode, kind of reveals that there were other super soldiers that were trained, and no one ever fucking looks into it. Like, they're like, oh, there's these 5 other guys here. And then everyone's just like, okay, cool, that's it? That's the rest of them. There's no one else. Okay, great. We should totally not investigate that shit at all.
Well, that was also a Hydra file, wasn't it? That was Hydra that had made the super soldiers.
It was, but when they made them, they were part of the U.S. government.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't know. Well, again, I like the concept of Isaiah Bradley, and like you said, I think that scene works very well. I think the scene leading up to that scene works very well. Which to bring it back to what I mentioned earlier, we see Sam Wilson correct a kid. He goes, "Oh, you're Black Falcon," and I thought the scene played out. It felt very organic to me. It felt natural. It didn't feel like weird and forced in that one particular moment. The rest of Winter Soldier and Falcon's dialogue felt horribly forced. The big 3 conversation was god awful.
Yeah, terrible.
I
think that the Black Falcon thing was the only like commentary on inequality that came off like in an interesting way. I feel like every other way that they've been touching on it, which has been a couple times, right? When they go to get the loan, he says something about, oh, tough times are closing in around us. And the sister says, oh, it closes around us harder than anything. Isaiah had mentioned something about how he was treated differently with this and that. It just feels to me like they're doing the most touch and go approach that they possibly can to like talking about racial inequality. And I mean, literally like touching the ball and then just walking off the field and not actually making any kind of point. Like it felt really tacked on to have them walk out and then the police just like show up. And it just felt like, I don't know. That just felt like low hanging fruit to me for them to be like, see, look, we're on the, woke upswing. Like I don't know. I kind of hated that. It felt like it felt cheap to me.
That's kind of where I was coming from when I said rang hollow, because I loved the scene in the house and the backstory of Isaiah Bradley's cool. And they walk out and it felt like they were checking boxes. Because you're like, of course the police are pulling them. I've seen this scene in 1,000 movies. You just wanted to put it in your superhero drama. Even to the point where like the one cop has to tell the other cop who the person is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Doesn't every person alive on the face of the planet in like a developed country know every face of the person who saved half of their family? I don't know. It felt really weird.
I feel like the writing for that was bad. The way it played out I think the one cop correcting the other cop was more cliche.
Super cliche.
Because in reality, that cop probably wouldn't have given a fuck who he was. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. ACAB boys. No, like I liked there's a few things that don't work for me at all. And one of the biggest ones is Sam Wilson giving up the shield eliminates any potential for him to have an interesting character arc in this. Him coming to terms and accepting the responsibility of this, viewing it as a burden and then coming to find it to be like an honor and a blessing would have been an interesting story arc for him. And Winter Soldier dealing with his grief, which we're already actively seeing, which I think is an interesting narrative beat, but also dealing with the fact that this person who's known Sam, or who's known, I'm blanking on Captain America's name. Holy shit. Steve. The person who's known Steve, like, half as long as Bucky has, was his first choice. And Bucky dealing with the fallout of that and questioning himself as, and reflecting on his past as a result of that. And like, there's would have been much more opportunity to have interesting character development, if nothing else, because we're not going to get an interesting story. Our enemies are the flag smashers, boys. The flag smashers.
I mean, the group therapy session was literally the second worst thing that's happened globally in my entire life.
We were literally making fun of it, saying like they're trying to pull a Bad Boys 1, and we're ready for Bad Boys 2. Like we want them to be best buds.
Yeah,
and we literally got the scene from Bad Boys 1 where they're in the therapist office together.
Yeah, it's like, are you guys having a staring contest right now? It's like, oh my fucking God.
It felt like they. It felt like it was an idea that was thrown around in the script writing room for the scene in Civil War where they're arguing while they're fighting Spider-Man, but they were tossing around alternate concepts for how they could be bickering with each other, and one of them went, what about an interrogation room when they're forced to talk? Nah, we'll do. And then someone like picked it up and was like, I found this. We can use this in the show if you guys want to use that. And somebody was like, fuck it, throw it in, let's go. I mean, the biggest problem, and I kind of forgot this when we started this conversation, but our very first conversation about Falcon and Winter Soldier was lost to time because it was last week's episode. And in that episode, we said a lot of the same things about how the series feels weird and forced because it feels like the show is asking us to forget all the stuff that they've been through so that they can be in the same places in their character arcs that they were basically the first day we met them. Like they're at each other's throats, blah blah blah. It's like Scott said. I mean, there should be some kind of familial bond or like respect for each other after everything that's fucking happened. You literally saved half of the fucking universe together, and you're still bickering like you're fucking toddlers, and it's honestly just aggravating to watch.
Dude,
because
like, where's that fucking trauma bond at, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Dude. Like, if I got mugged with somebody, we'd be pen pals for life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how the fuck you save the world from an invading force and then still bicker about petty bullshit. Like, wouldn't that put everything else into perspective?
To the point where you literally in the room, you're like, we'll get through this.
Why would you actively help save the world, then give up the shield that was entrusted to you? You just saved the world. You don't think you fucking deserve it? And like, it's so fucking stupid. Like everything about Falcon's arc doesn't make any fucking sense to me. The only thing this episode did right was the introduction of Isaiah Bradley. I did some digging on the character because I was familiar with that there had been a black Captain America in canon, but I didn't know a lot about the character. And originally he was meant to, like, they were test subjects in like 1942, and it was like the comics that introduced them. It was called Red, White, and Black, and it was meant to like mirror the Tuskegee syphilis study. Yeah, where a bunch of American soldiers were basically given,
syphilis. Yeah, that's I mean, that's what they did.
I was trying to find a delicate way to say they were given like a pathogen that yeah, dude, but also Isaiah Bradley isn't his grandson in Young Avengers?
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The grandson in this episode goes on to be shit. I forget his fucking name. Damn it. I'll look it up. Yeah, I agree about Isaiah Bradley being the kind of like beacon of hope in this episode that was not done horribly. I don't know.
It was the best part, but it's still
Elijah Bradley is Patriot of the Young Avengers.
The dialogue was still, like I said, like it's still just this pure expositional thing. Like, I haven't seen you since we got in that fight in Korea in 1958. Like, people don't fucking talk like that. It's very Predator 1 writing. You know what I mean? It's very, it's very like Shane Black. And even like the one thing that we had said last week, again, I keep forgetting that's in the Lost episode, is that, the one part I was looking forward to is like, oh, well, if the action's good, I at least have that entertainment factor for it. Dude, that fucking truck scene was the most boring fight scene I've
when the
ever
trucks
seen.
drive off, you realize they're only going 25 miles an hour. You're like, what?
Yeah, why did they stop? Like, can't they just catch up with them again? Like,
but also,
you have a jetpack on your back, fam.
The truck behind, like, they watched Bucky open
up
his back.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah. Don't you have a fucking horn, bro? Like, beep, beep. 1 beep for Falcon, 2 beeps for Bucky. Like, you don't have a fucking system in place, bro? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Can 2 beeps for Bucky be the episode title?
Oh, 2 beeps for Bucky's.
I love that. Okay. I love alliteration.
Sounds like a ska band name again. We come up with a lot of ska band names here on The Cynical Nerd.
I gotta write that down because I always end up asking you guys later.
Like 3 Kings kneel before you.
I got it.
If you who sings that shit? Just go ahead.
Go ahead now. I have no idea.
It sounds like the name of a song that they would sing.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones or No Doubt. It's one of them, right?
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones reminds me of someone having diarrhea.
And if you wanna beep for Falcon, just go ahead now.
I can draw you the path that leads there, but you don't want to hear it.
No, you don't want to.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones is like the music that's playing at the Denny's you go to. We've talked about Denny's diarrhea before. We've talked about it.
Yeah, I think we even combined Mighty Mighty Boss Tones with Denny's before too. Something with mozzarella sticks in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It sounds cool.
I mean, yeah, like the person who has a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones shirt on definitely eats mozzarella sticks at Denny's and has diarrhea the next day. Yeah. But they don't know why. Like, they never put 2 and 2 together. They're like, that's what I eat.
Just keep going back. Yeah. Just keep going back. Man, I don't know why I've had so much diarrhea. You guys want to go back to Denny's? You really go for some mozzarella.
Haven't got my 3 o'clock mozz sticks in, you know?
Yeah.
I know you did a colon cleanse recently, Derek.
Yeah, I've done 2 of them actually.
Yeah. Is there such a thing as a Denny's colon cleanse where you just eat enough Denny's that you shit out everything that's been lodged in your small intestine for the last?
I mean, we could find out, right?
Nah, man. Denny's greasy hash browns don't come out clean. There's no way.
How many lumberjack slams do you have to eat to clean out my whole system?
Let's find out. Let's
I'm
do a
gonna
YouTube
go.
video.
Yeah, right?
Next idea.
I'm gonna go half of one, especially at our current age.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
I had 2 Denny's sausage patties, and I'm gonna blow out my asshole today.
Yeah, I feel like some of that is
like,
still in your
sausage
colon 4 years later, though. Like, there's some remnants of the Grand Slam in there from the last one that you had, whenever that was.
Eating Denny's is like swallowing gum. Like, there's always a little bit in there, no matter what you do.
Or watermelon seeds.
Yeah.
To bring it back to a Cap reference, you're gonna shit, and then you're gonna look down, and the piece of Denny's sausage from 6 years ago is gonna be like, "That's my secret, Cap. I was always in here." Okay, so I don't know. I'm not really.
Wait, are you saying the only way to get a Grand Slam out, like the previous one, is to have a new Grand Slam that then like takes its place?
That's all I need to hear to go get a Grand Slam this week. I still got the old one in there. I haven't had Denny's in like 8 or 9 years, boys.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Like, since
you will shit us, though.
You shit.
We'll do, because like in Philly, like I'm not going to a Denny's in Philadelphia. Are you fucking
Please
kidding
do.
me?
Yeah,
I will. No, I won't go to a fast food place in the city, because like even nice restaurants in the cities have like rats and roaches. Even the nice ones do, because like they're everywhere, boys.
Because they're in a city.
Imagine like what the roach capacity of a deep fryer at McDonald's is in the inner city. Like what? Like I know like
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting hungry.
I know like a Snickers bar is allowed to have like a certain amount of rat droppings and a certain amount of other parts in it.
Right.
What do you think the PPP for fry versus roach carcasses at an inner city McDonald's? Let's say like Brooklyn. Let's start with Brooklyn. And then we'll go to Philly. Then we'll go to Camden.
I'd say if it's just a carapace, 20. There's no guts in there.
I would posit another question. Mm-hmm. Do you think during the holidays, you know how like normal offices will do like a jelly bean counter jar where they ask you to guess how many are in here? Do you think that they pull out the fryer bin and like they're like, guess how many roaches is in here? Like, guess the number and you get the fucking gift card?
Guess how many days it's been since we cleaned our fryer, like our deep fryer. And we'll pay your medical bills after you eat here. That's the price.
Yeah. There's like one of those signs that says blank days since
we'll pay for whatever we'll pay for whatever surgery your cardiologist says you need immediately.
They have a cardiologist on site, just ready to go, gloved up and everything.
Yeah, like, oh, you're all fucked up.
Yeah, you're gonna need a stent for sure.
Yeah, we're actually gonna perform the surgery right here on the counter while other people order food over top of you.
Yeah, but he just came out of the walk-in, so I'm not sure how much I trust him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a second-year medical student. You know what I mean? Like, he's...
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than a line cook.
Yeah.
Back to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Are you sure? We can talk about anything else.
No. I'm wrapping it up. I also think the introduction of U.S. Agent New Cap is at least an interesting wrinkle. I don't know that it's going to be an interesting payoff. Probably not. In the comics, spoiler alert, this guy goes a little crazy, starts murdering people, and what? Well, it's in the comics.
Yeah, but you know they're gonna do it.
That's true.
Have you looked at him?
WandaVision
have you looked at him?
Think about this, all right? Like, we all knew Agatha was gonna be a witch. Any kind of subversion that could have been, like, any like big reveal. Why they waited till episode 7 to reveal that is unbeknownst to me. It's fucking ridiculous, because everyone already knew. Because people read fucking comic books. You're taking things from the page, frame for frame in some instances, or story beat for story beat, and just like changing the order a little bit.
But Scott, her name was Agnes, not Agatha.
Yeah. Right.
Have you ever noticed that the new Captain America kind of has like a chimpanzee face where his lips come out kind of far?
Yeah, I have the same problem.
No. He's got
Oakland. I can't do it.
He got like underbite or something. His bottom chin specifically
that, like,
juts out.
Moon face type thing, like forehead and
Wait, did you say Crimson Chin?
I said Crescent Moon. I wish I said Crimson Chin.
Yeah, I was totally thinking like that first shot at the end of the first episode, the final shot at the end of the first episode, where they show him and he's just like, he looks like a toddler who's like posing with the picture he made that they're about to put in the fridge at his parents' house. I mean, like, he looks so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's much better without the mask on. Because
he is.
Yeah. The end of episode 1, I really wanted to hit him in the nasal bridge with a baseball bat. It was
I think that's the intent,
palpable. Yeah.
All right, boys. I don't have anything else to say about this. I'm not looking forward to the rest of it.
Can we do hopes and dreams for the series? Can we talk about what we wish would happen or what we want this to be?
Sure. Even though I know exactly how it's. Well, I can't say that. That's not. Maybe they'll surprise. Maybe they'll surprise me. Derek, what do you think is going to happen in this series?
I think Mephisto is going to show up, and they're going to introduce the mutants in episode 4, and that's how they're going to combine the two IPs.
Oh, I wasn't making fun of you. I was making fun of everyone who said that about WandaVision.
Yeah, but also kind of me.
Kind of you a little bit.
I mean, that's okay.
I legitimately, not as a joke, I don't have any hopes and dreams. I'm going to stick it out at 6 episodes. I'm going to watch it. If it was any more than that, I wouldn't, but...
Read your crystal ball, though. What do you think's going to happen with the pieces on the board that you see right now?
It's going to be like watching old men play chess in the park. They're both going to fall asleep mid-game.
Yeah. I have no idea. Like, if it's a question of like who's going to end up with the shield, they're going to do something dumb. Like they both share it. That's what it's going to be. 100%.
No.
That's.
I hope.
I'm saying it right now. It's 9:34 on March 29th. They're going to both end up like with this mantle of Cap, or like one's going to get his suit and the other's going to get the shield. Like it's going to be, yeah.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott? Hopes and dreams?
I hope we misread every article that came before this show. I hope that it's only 3 episodes and we can be done after next week.
I hope that it gets canceled. Yeah.
I hope we're all like whatever the numerical equivalent of dyslexic is, and it's a 3, even though that looks nothing like a 6.
You know what's crazy is people like this show. Like people really like this show, and I don't understand how. Like people are really fucking into it. I just
it's because they just have attachments to these characters and want to see them in whatever they can be. I understand.
I don't think they're doing bad things with the character. I think like what they're doing with Bucky is interesting. It would have been cool to explore that, but like 2 or 3 years ago or 4 years ago when he was still in that place, why did you have him stay in, like you said, like why'd you have him go to Wakanda and like find his new identity and find his place among the people and feel like he had redeeming qualities just to drag him back to therapy and reset the fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's
right.
We just beat Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. We got all 20 heart containers. You're just gonna erase the file and we gotta do it again? You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I love that game and I wouldn't even do that twice, let alone watch this horse shit play out twice.
Yeah.
Link to the Past is a great game, though, guys. If you haven't played it, you really should be fucking up.
It's a very good game. Very good game.
Probably the best Zelda ever made.
I think Sam Wilson's gonna end up with the shield. I think New Jack is going to go a little crazy and probably become U.S. Agent, which I think is his official comic book title after he stops being Captain America. I don't know. I don't even know. I've been told that
the sidekick, United States postal worker.
Got him. I've been told that this series is supposed to like set up or hint at like
hang on, no, that deserves more of a laugh. That's like if you were a superhero, Chris, naming yourself Loving Father. Like that's the same. It's a lateral right across the fucking aisle.
Yeah, there's LF on my chest.
Yeah. Henceforth, I'll be known as Lonely Incel.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't like the show. I'm surprised I don't like it as much as I don't like it. But
what other projects? You said they're setting up 3 other things with this.
There have been articles. I don't know if it's
how mundane are these 3 other things going to be if this is the tent pole for those things.
That's what I'm saying. I have a feeling it might like hint at something.
Probably
happens later.
Brody's show, right?
Oh, right. There's the Iron Armor, the Armor whatever, Armor Wars or something stupid.
Yeah,
that's probably going to be part of it. Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's probably one of them. You're probably absolutely right.
Wait, what's your? You didn't say your hopes and dreams for the show though.
I didn't. It wasn't hopes and dreams. It's just what I think's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think Mackie's going to end up with a shield. Bucky's going to be better. I don't fucking know. The same shit that happens at the end of every movie.
Right.
I feel like this is the first Marvel property that I'm kind of gone into, not expecting a whole lot. And again, I like Anthony Mackie as Falcon. I think he does a pretty good job. Even in the conversations with Bucky, where I don't like the dialogue, I think he delivers it well. Like the big 3 joke, I hated the joke, but his delivery in some of it was funny. Like when he's talking to Bucky about Hobbit, and he's like, "How you know about the Hobbit?" I was like, some of the things he says, like the way he says them, are fucking funny.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie's incredible. Like he's yeah. But again, like this script does him no favors at all. And I don't necessarily think Sebastian Stan is terrible either. But like he's not as good as Anthony Mackie when it comes to like working it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's just so crazy that, first off, let Sebastian Stan go play a young Luke Skywalker somewhere for the love of fucking God, and let him do nothing else until he's too old to do that anymore.
Yeah, he's getting the wrinkles.
I don't want CGI Luke.
Starting. It's got to happen.
I don't
soon.
want CGI Luke. I don't want to talk about the show anymore. Please move on.
I have 15 minutes. I'm just throwing that out there. I have a 15.
We have enough time. Scott only saw one episode, and I don't want to spoil anything in case he wants to watch more. I don't know how he feels about it. Anyway, Invincible, new show, rated R, came out on Amazon Prime. Stellar voice cast. We talked about the trailer a couple weeks ago. Really great, and I would say it carries through to the show. I think it's very well voice acted. About a teenager, Mark Grayson. His father is Omni-Man, most powerful superhero basically in the world, and him kind of coming to terms with his powers. And then there's some kind of dark secret looming that we all know part of from the end of the first episode. We will spoil it. Don't worry about it. Just overall thoughts. Derek, I know that you liked it, so I'm going to start with Scott. How you feel about it?
I mean, it was voice acted very well. The animation, I did like the animation style a lot more than I thought I was going to. Especially in the combat sequence at the end of the first episode.
Ooh.
I was in chat like bitching about having to watch this, and then the final 10 minutes came up, and I was like, that was kind of cool. But also, at the same time, I was like, fuck you, Robert Kirkman. Way to do what you always do and like jazz up mundane, everyday conversation with like just enough violence to keep me interested out of nowhere.
That's true. He does do that a lot.
That's his whole shtick. Like 45 minutes of world building, but it's like, it's not what we're here for, Kirkman. It's not what we're here for. Just give us the visceral.
I did when I first got home on Friday. I watched the first half of it, and I was like, same thing. Like, all right, this animation style is cool, but it was like not really catching me. I didn't hate it at that point or something, but I was so tired. I took a nap, woke up, and I had another half an hour left of it, and I had like 45 minutes till D&D, so I just watched the rest of it. And in the last 10 minutes, I was like, all right, that was actually really fucking crazy. I like Kansas City shuffles like that, or magic tricks, they're calling them now. They make you think it's one thing, but then it's something else. I won't say anything about the other two episodes other than that they carry, like, what they set up in that last 10 minutes of the first episode carries into the rest. Like, it's not like they abandon that tone and keep, like, it maintains that throughout.
Yeah.
The only real, like, it's not even a complaint, and it's weird. I almost don't even want to bring this up because I don't want it to sound like I'm dinging the creators for it, but it's something you see in a lot of animation where, like, especially when you have superhero shit where there's action scenes, the frame rate for like just conversations is really low. Like, there's not a lot of frames per second in those animations, which is just proper allocation of their budget. They've got to make the exciting parts exciting. The conversations it's not as important to have those frames. But I do think that some of those conversational scenes, they skimp on the budget so much that they're kind of boring. They're static. Like, they're just sort of sitting there with the occasional, like, wiping their hair or something, and then it's back to just like this, like they're like statues. So
yeah, I can see that.
I'm hoping, like, if this takes off, which I hope it does because it's great. I mean, you guys already touched on the voice acting; it was incredible. That they can make those conversational scenes more interesting to watch and not just essentially like listen to. Other than that, I'm really into it.
That was a big part of the first episode being difficult to get through.
Yeah, and that's I mean, it's kind of the double-edged sword of this because you have to kind of establish the universe, which means the first episode is just a lot of exposition. And yeah, I can see that. I didn't really catch that, but it felt slow until towards the end.
I've got to be honest, the world so far doesn't seem interesting at all to me. Like they did a lot of world building, but it just felt like it was just like it felt like superhero Walking Dead to me, where it's like family drama, and like
it has that element. That's fair.
Yeah. It feels like it's like a soap opera, but superhero. It's just like Walking Dead feels like soap opera, but zombies are there. Like it's just like it's more about, at least the first episode specifically. That's all I've seen. It felt like it was more about his relationships with his parents and the scene like where his father, like he hears his father say to his mother that he wishes he wasn't a superhero, and that becomes his driving force. Prove to his dad that he can do it. It's just about like his emotionally neglectful, shitty father. Basically, he still praises and wants to emulate.
Yeah,
Yeah, watch the other two, Scott. I don't want to give anything away, but definitely.
I'm assuming Pop was a big old bag of shit.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to say anything. I honestly want to kind of cut the Invincible conversation short because I forgot I wanted Scott's thoughts on Nobody before we cut off. Unless you don't want to do it.
Oh, I will.
But anyway, I would say there's a cool concept in the second episode that they work into like kind of character growth for him with this villain that is recurring throughout the episode, and I think it's done in a really like kind of neat way. It's like it's super comic booky, but it works really well. Anyway, I've also loved it. Surprise, the superhero guy loves superhero shit. I know, super crazy trope there. That being said, Derek and I love it. Scott's, I think, on the fence a little bit still, maybe.
I mean, I can appreciate that it's doing what it's aiming to do pretty well. But I'm so superheroed out that I just don't give a fuck. Like I'll keep watching it because I trust you guys. If you're saying that it gets really good, maybe it'll hook me. But to me, like it's just violent superhero shit so far. I just don't care.
And speaking of violent films, Scott saw. Well, thank you for the transition. Saw Nobody today. I was
just being a giant downer. Sorry.
Starring Bob Odenkirk. Derek and I haven't seen it, so this is the Scott show right now. Scott, how did you feel about Nobody? To lead
Take it away,
out?
Scott.
Yaddy!
Well, I want to be clear here. Do you guys want the spoiler-free version? You guys going to go see it at some point?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go see it, but when I can watch it in my house, I'm gonna watch it.
Now, from the trailer, you're led to believe that this is a movie all about one very precious kitty cat bracelet, and that is extremely misleading. This is about a man who has a dark past, who, as a result of a home break-in, finds himself entangled with the Russian mob.
Buzzwords.
Yeah. Russian mafia. I'm getting flashbacks to the time that I was drinking vodka with the Russian mobsters in Parvin State Park. What a night.
Sounds like a good story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a shirtless man with showing us his bullet wounds and making us drink pickle juice in between shots of Grey Goose vodka. We dropped the ribs in the dirt. And he got really mad, so we ran. It's a good night. No, but this movie is equal parts. I would say equal parts John Wick and Home Alone, if that makes any sense to you.
Okay.
It's Bob Odenkirk is extremely believable as the new Liam Neeson, the more likable,
really
more deserving of our praise and money, Liam Neeson.
Okay, because I hate Liam Neeson.
Like if he stalked you through a dark alley, it wouldn't be because of the color of your skin, just be because you fucked up. You know what I mean? Like he's good. He's good guy, Liam Neeson. I really, really love this movie, start to finish. Like,
yeah.
It feels like it takes a long walk to get to the point at first, and there could have been a better way to write him into this situation that he's in. But the action sequences are incredible. The fight sequences, I don't know how much was done by a stunt double, but the scenes where it's very obviously Bob Odenkirk, it's very fucking believable. Mm-hmm. It's over the top, it's ridiculous, but it was a joy. Like the soundtrack, it was just
that's high praise.
It fucking dude, the soundtrack rips. It's few and far between, but like every scene, like without giving anything away, Bob Odenkirk is a man again with a dark past who settles into this suburban life. Like a sort of like just trying to be a normal, happy, everyday guy. But there's still a darkness in him, and you can see it in his face in certain scenes that like they awaken something in him, and he likes it and he enjoys it, and he keeps giving them opportunities to walk away, but every time they keep coming for him, you see him like crack a smile, or like there's like a twinkle in his eye, and it gets you so fucking revved up, boys. Like this movie, it's a well-written, mindless action flick, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's well-written.
Yeah.
The characters are believable. Christopher Lloyd is an absolute fucking titan in this, dude. He's old as fuck, but he came to fuck shit up, dude. And Christopher Lloyd is a bad motherfucker in this, dude.
That alone gets me excited.
It is only playing in theaters currently, guys. So if you're not vaccinated, unless you're a very, very brave baby boy, I would recommend maybe waiting a little bit, see if it comes on demand. I'm not sure how long its cycles in theaters is going to be right now.
I just looked that up, and apparently it's not an official date, but they expect it to be available to rent or watch sometime around mid-April, so maybe not that long, a couple weeks.
Okay.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're not afraid of death, if you don't fear the Reaper, like that Blue Oyster Cult song. Yeah. If you are a walking Blue Oyster Cult song, go see.
But only that, no other circumstance.
Yeah. No. Yeah, go see Nobody, man. It's a solid 8.5 out of 10 easily.
Shit. All right.
We're not talking as good as John Wick as far as the action choreography because it wasn't filmed by a stunt coordinator. You know what I mean? But it's really great.
I don't know if you'll like this or hate this, but can we call it an 8.5 out of 10 on the Scoot scale?
Yeah. No, we don't need permission. That's what it is.
I know. I fucking hate that. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that because that's what it is. 8.5 on the Scoot scale.
Fuck. I'm never reviewing anything ever again. Like every time
Let's
you guys
refer to the Scoot scale.
No, that was really good. I'm sorry. Derek, stop it.
9.
Oh no.
What are you, Vanna White?
Right, let's be real here. All right. Even though you guys are vaccinated, you have family, you have loved ones, you guys have children. You gotta be concerned with. I'm a free agent, baby boys. I'm a rogue agent. I can go to see a movie whenever I want to. You know,
yeah.
I can let the concessions worker cough in my face. No repercussions. If I die,
yeah. But if you have a family and you want them to die, go see it. I mean,
or have a destination wedding.
Not that I agree with that, but it applies.
No, but the point is, there's probably gonna be a few movies that I see that are direct, like going only into theaters at a certain point before you guys can. So suck a dick, eat shit.
All right, that wraps it up. Before we go, we're gonna say bye in a sec. I thought of movie recommendations. I don't know if Scott's seen them, so this might not work. So I was supposed to do it last week, and I fucked up. Also, we lost the episode. I was gonna do Martian, but Derek's seen it because I like sci-fi movies. Can't help it. Yeah. Have you seen Primer?
Indie flick time travel.
Indie flick time travel film.
2004.
It's an older one.
Okay.
Have you seen it, Derek?
Nah, I started watching it when it came out. I remember nothing about it. Nothing. So it's basically as if I've never seen it. So it applies.
Wait for the verdict.
Let me see who's in this. It sounds familiar.
It's pretty indie. I don't think you'll know who's in it.
Oh, everything was done by Shane Carruth.
Of course.
Yeah, it's
directed
very
by,
indie.
Produced by, written by, starring, music by, edit. Do we have to watch this? Are you fucking kidding me?
I shit you not. It's the best time travel in a film I've ever seen.
Really?
I've heard that a lot about it.
So Shane, what's his name? Shane Carruth is a Titan. What else has he done since this?
I didn't want to color any part of it, but I also didn't want Scott to be like bummed out about having to watch it. So I mean, look, it's indie and it's 2004. I haven't seen it in a long time. It might not have aged well. I don't know. It might be a little cringy to watch. But
he did the Girlfriend Experience with Sasha Grey. That was a fucking fantastic show.
Did he? Wait, are you serious? I can't tell if you're serious.
No, I'm 100%. Yeah. Okay. Sasha Grey, the porn star, after she was on Entourage for like 30 seconds, she did a 13 episode miniseries called The Girlfriend Experience about a call girl and her experiences as a.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
If you're a fan of Sasha Grey on Entourage and in The Girlfriend Experience, you'll also probably be a fan of her gagging on cock on xvideos.com. Boys, check it out.
So wait a second. So we have Primer, we have Godzilla vs. Kong, we have Invincible season episode 4, and Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3 next week, right?
We cannot do.
We should
Primer.
do it. No, I think we should just do it. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have the time, I think we should just do it.
That's 3 episodes of Invincible, boys. I don't know if I can commit to that. That's 3 hours of Invincible.
And like 6 hours,
47 minutes.
Yeah.
You get through
one a night. Yeah, one a night for 3 nights. You're done.
There's no way I'm doing that.
I don't want it to feel.
You.
It's obviously not supposed to feel like a job. So watch whatever you can watch, and we'll review it.
Yeah.
We got to get going. It's getting a little late. This has been episode 24. 2 beeps for Bucky. I actually remembered. I would like to thank my close friends and confidants, Derek and Scott, for being with me. Derek, where can everybody find you at?
They can find me on Twitter at Swearwolf. That's SWAE. I already fucked it up. They can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Dr. Gloom MD, which is spelled DRGLOOMMD. Dr. Gloom MD.
Welcome.
Oh, we lost that.
Yeah, that sucks, right? Doesn't that suck?
I know.
That was great.
We'll have to save it. We're not even gonna expand upon that. It'll happen later.
I'm just going to interject here. You guys can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook Gaming. I am Swearwolf with an E. That's SWEARWOLFE. and I'm gonna go live right now. But by the time you hear this,
I'll
already be offline. So I'm a maverick. You don't know when I'm gonna go live.
Yeah, what's he doing? Nobody knows.
Maybe never again. I don't know.
He's bobbing.
I'm planning on eating a lot of Denny's this week, so maybe I'll just die on the toilet like Elvis. Go like an OG.
Just dysentery and C. diff at the same time.
Yeah.
My name is Chris. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TCNplays. I'm not clever enough to try and read off one of their tags because I listen to them every week and I would still fuck them up egregiously. Once again, this has been episode 24, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week.
Can we all agree that if you're going to die, the toilet's the place to do it, right? Like, no mess, no cleanup.
Yeah, because you shit yourself when you die.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like,
like, no matter how eloquent you are in life, like, you're going to shit your pants in death, and a coroner's going to smell that and be like, oh, what a gross fuck, right?
I feel like the saying, no fuss, no muss, has never been more appropriate than when you die on the toilet. Mm-hmm. See you guys next week.
See ya.
Have a good night.